Hello.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Well. We are back again, and we should be, hopefully, live, right? If I indeed have it correctly done. Because me and technology, let's not go there, right? Let's not go there. So we are hopefully back again, and we should be live, of course, from the rolling hills of Murrayshire in the far northeast corner of bonny Scotland. Yes. Where else? Where else would you rather be, right? Yeah. Answers on I don't know, postcard, email. Let's go with that. So we're back again. Kind of part two, or I guess a continuation of the the saga, the ongoing, the never-ending story of Captain Kirk, Charlie Kirk, of course. And yeah, we'll do tonight, and then we'll take it from there. It won't end. It'll never go away. It's I mean, that's what they do. This is what they do. This is what we get. These, let's call it an episode. We get these episodes put upon us in the theatre of the world that we're in. And they basically, the best way to to kind of explain it is they kick the arse right out of it, day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out, chopping and changing and spinning and twisting and adding. Of course, it's all deception. The whole lot, basically. I mean, you would really seriously need to be asking serious questions of yourself if you had any trust whatsoever in either the media or the so-called government. That would go for, I mean, hey, I'm in Scotland, the UK. You could say, well, speak for yourself. So yeah, Scotland in the UK, but I think in America, from what I can see, and a tyrannical state, a tyrannical government. Hey, peas in a pod, right? They're all peas in a pod. And if you can't see that by now, uh, what can I say? You've got to get out there. You've got to do a bit more digging. Yeah, I know it can be tough. It can be hard. In regards to this particular episode, Charlie Kirk, it's been an interesting one, and we talked about it in part one. There's been so much surrounding the event itself, after it, what's going to happen beyond, and of course we've got what they're going to call a trial that's going to go ahead. Well, if it does go ahead, there is in terms of the, let's call it the soap drama that it's now basically, well, it is, that's what it is. It's a soap drama. We live in a soap drama, basically. But it'll go on. It'll go on. And I reckon it could, hey, there could be wild card twists, turns. Excuse me. But the guarantee is they will spin it in any direction they see fit. And I guess they could spin it in a way, well, oh, not Charlie, fuck, Tyler. They could say, look, he's took his own life, right? In the suicide cell. That's a possibility. I kind of think it probably would go down that route. And we did touch a wee bit on that last week. I wouldn't rule that out. Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. But again, hey, is it with any of these events and episodes, in my own view, you've got to start on the basis that none of it can be trusted, man. That's your starting point. That's got to be your starting point. In this day and age, after every bloody thing that we've been through, that's got to be it. And then you build from there. And a lot of people talk about, look, it's a distraction. Well, it's all distraction, really. When you get down to it, no matter what, there's no cherry picking or this, that. All of it is the whole lot, and it's more than, again, in my own kind of view. Excuse me. It's more than just a distraction. And remember what we've kind of talked about before. Attention is the key. That's the ultimate key, is the attention of the masses. And as long as they've got the attention of the, let's say, people, they'll continue to be under, if you like, a hypnotic spell. That's basically what we're under. And hey, people could say to that, oh, it's woo woo, it's fucking, he's on about spells now. But you can look at it anyway. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, man. And the attention is key. And a lot of the time, and I've talked about this before, probably not enough. There's not enough emphasis on that simple fact that as long as they've got our attention, we're under their spell. Hey, I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, but that would be my personal opinion. In this one, in regards to Charlie Kirk, yeah, it's been interesting, kind of standing back and looking at all the different views and opinions and people coming out straight off the bat. Oh, this is what happened. That's what happened. And nothing's in concrete or confirmed, or even by the media, the powers that be, confirmed. But no, they've nailed it, and they've like solved the case, the whole lot, which is fine. But I mean, you've got to, if you're going to be investigating, you've got to give it time. You've got to give it time, because you can kind of, and we've seen this, I've seen it, you can be guaranteed you'll jump the gun, you'll make a knee jerk kind of conclusion, and you'll be wrong. Just me, probably just me, right? So we are back again. I hope everybody's doing all right. We'll probably get a audio check. We've got I don't know how many slides, but we'll kind of update, recap, look at particular what's being described as I guess anomalies with the case itself, the whole scenario, not in the way of, oh, there's a glitch in the video, because there's a lot to that as well. I mean, I've seen quite a lot. There was a one that I think it went quite viral, and it was about a chair that went through a table, like it was a glitch in the Matrix, or a glitch in a CGI glitch, like in a computer game, where you can sometimes walk through a big concrete wall and see the other side. So that there's been a lot of that. There's been a lot. And even in the way people talking about, oh, well, actually, he was there, Charlie Kirk. I mean, somehow it's, yeah, who am I to rule it out? He was there, but seemingly he went through a trap door, and then the person that you seen got shot was a hologram. Hey, would I rule it out? Probably not. Do you think that's the case? I would doubt it. Did he get shot again? I would doubt it. I would doubt it very much. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Would I put weight either way? Probably not. I think you would kind of have to be there, to be honest. But even then, Even then, if you were there, you would be thinking, "Fuck, what happened again?" So, over in the blink of an eye. But again, hey, people came out early doors. Oh, this is what happened. He got shot. This is what happened. He's dead. And oh no, it was fake. This, it was fake that. It was CGI. This, it was CGI that. Within an instant, basically, that's what we had, and that was quite interesting. There's so much attached to it, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a few different bits, and if we might have time. I'm not too much restricted in that way tonight. There is kind of off-topic story to maybe talk about from the than previously fought syndrome. It doesn't go away, and it's quite funny, to be honest. And basically, not to be blowing smoke up my own bum here, blowing my own trumpet, but we did kind of predict it. Yeah, it is what it is. Hey, the world is what it is, and you can kind of, in a way, see where things are going and learn from how they've behaved in the past. It wouldn't mean you would necessarily be able to predict the future, but you can get a rough idea about where it might go and what any situation might lead to. Um, as a young lad, I used to think quite a lot about what it would be like when I'm older. Looking forward to becoming old, and, as maybe about 10-year-old, 12-year-old, thinking, what's the world going to be like? What am I going to be like when I'm, I don't know, 30, 40? Do you know what's the world going to be like? Um, it's a lot worse than I could have ever imagined, to be honest. As grim as it sounds, it's a bit like, fucking hell. Really? Is this what we've got? But you could say the world is what you make of it, and that could be true. There could be a lot of truth in that. But it is what it is, and we keep going, we keep our heads up, we stay strong. We try our best to live the happiest and most content life that we can. But of course, the agenda's there. We're all intertwined in the system, and it's got you one way or another, but it's there, and it'll kick you in the face from time to time. Um, and yeah, a lot of people, they wake up when that happens, but a lot of people don't. They don't see it. It's not until it comes knocking at their door and they think, wait a minute here. Up until that point, they've maybe been living in some kind of bubble or alternative world. Some people do talk about, there was a kind of, what would you call it again? I don't know, an epiphany, a kind of a penny dropping moment where they thought, "Fucking hell, this world's not quite what I thought, right?" It was gradual for me. It was quite gradual, but I can't remember moments learning different things and thinking, "Bloody hell." For a lot of my life, I've been kind of just walking and not really looking at the world in terms of what's going on and trying to put two and two together, just concentrating on, I guess, other things, just, I guess, under the spell. And that in itself, just finally on that all in itself is an interesting one. How people talk about, well, why do some people come to and they'll do their own research and they won't this and but other people won't. They'll kind of never get there. You'll never get through to them. They'll never see it how other people might see it. Um, you know what could be behind it? I think you're always going to be guaranteed. A lot of people, they're going to see it for what it is, but never, should I say never? Usually never enough people at the one time. But gradually, right throughout the years, a lot of people do see it. And everybody's got different theories. I think the biggest point is that a lot of people agree that the system itself is corrupt. The political system is beyond repair, unfit for purpose, and that would be putting it politely. The people that have worked in it and enabled laws and guidelines and restrictions, in my own view, and again, just finally, they would not see the light of day. They wouldn't. And let's not get started on that, right? Oh, he's off on one again. On about the politicians, do you know? Yeah, to be honest, yeah, they currently they do call the assassination political. I don't know how they can say that. I did see a video as well. We'll say hello and then we'll get on. We'll get into it. Get down and dirty, right? If we can. um, yeah. What was I gonna say there? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, fucking hell! It just started. It'll come back to me. But what we'll do is we'll say hello. Um, talking about distraction, I am the most easily distracted person ever, ever, man. I'm sure that's in one of my school reports. Yeah, we'll say hello, and then we'll jump back to it, and it'll come to me. I'll put for the time being. I'll put that there. I'll take it off just now because the screen looked like it was broken, or just me, just my eyesight. Yeah, so we're all good. We should be. I think we're live on X and YouTube currently. So yeah, whatever you fancy, join us there, right? If you can't, hey, enjoy yourself. But we're here tonight, probably gonna go about. Hey, I don't know. I'm not even gonna put a time on it. Yeah, I know. Don't just get it over. I know the feeling. But it's good to see everyone. I can see quite a few people, and Jay Hart in the hood first in the door. So check is in the post, right? Check is in the post. And Norman as well, our brother in South Africa. I nearly said South America, but it's not. It's South Africa. And don't worry, I won't do the accent. I can't do it anyway. Honestly, just it's one that I can't do. Uh, Evening all, William Lee, as always. Come on, hey, to be honest, for me, it wasn't too bad. It was only like 4 minutes. I noticed, I looked, and it said 4 minutes, and I thought, do you know what? That's not too bad, considering considering my history with my punctuality. We'll go with that, right? My timekeeping. Good to see you, Norman. I hope you're doing well. A hardcore, dedicated researcher, Norman. Yeah, total respect. Non-stop, 100% dedicated to the cause. A great guy. Lucy in the hood as well. Good to see you, Lucy. Back again. Evening all. Evening, everyone. And the beautiful Justine back again, the moderator who will karate chop anyone who gets out of line, right? So look out. Good to see you, Justine. I hope you're doing well. TikTok in the hood. Groundskeeper in the house. I can't see him. I don't know. He's maybe just living rent free in your head, right? Like everything else. drilled into the masses from the Simpsons, of course. Yeah. Where do you start with that? Um, the Masonic cartoon. Who else? Oh, Dog in the Hood. Good to see you, dog. And I reckon we got an audio check from Justine there. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll take your word for it. And of course, I know who to blame. She fucking said it was good. Right, that's it. That's it. And good to see Dog in the Hood. Evening. On a plane, back again. I hope you're doing well. TikTok on a plane. And why is it doing that? Oh man. Lucy on a plane. Oh, Carl as well. Good to see Carl in the Hood. Back again. JP in the Hood. I hope you're doing well. Story stinks, and they aren't even putting effort into the lies anymore. Yeah, you get that feel. I get that feeling all the time. To be fair, it's a bit like, really, are they running with this? Hey, what the heck? They'll believe it anyway, right? What does it matter? I mean, they could say anything, and a lot of people would take it as gospel. They wouldn't even dare question it. That's the world we're in. And as far as I mean, in my own experience, it's always kind of been like that. And I can remember family members who, if it came from the government or if it came from, let's say, the BBC News, it must be true. It has to be true. It can't not be true, right? It's got to be true. It's on the it's on the news, It's on the BBC News. So if it wasn't on that, probably not true. How did we get to that kind of point? I'm unsure, to be honest. I guess it would be, I guess, a conditioning kind of programming, long term program to get people hooked on to one source and one source only. And I guess if you look at maybe, let's say, World War One, Two, the radio, it was like the number one go to source. And I don't think that went away. I don't think it's ever went away. I don't think it's as strong, but I don't think it's went away. So yeah, they could. I would agree with that, JP. I hope you're doing well in the hood. Let me see. The bullet. Yeah, we might talk a wee bit about that. Did they even find a bullet? I know they talked about a casing, but I'm unsure if they. I think they're saying it. There was. We'll talk about that, but seemingly there was no exit wound, and that. And there's a whole thing about that as well, which is like, fuck. Honest to God, man, quite incredible the amount of stuff that's attached to it. Critical arteries on the spine. Blood loss. Yeah, I mean, sounds a bit horrific, that, right? Sounds a bit horrific. Not the way you would want to go. I guess it would be quite quick, to be fair. It would be in an instant. But yeah, I wouldn't put weight either way, to be honest. If anything, I would lean towards well, in particular, there's no shooter in the way of the guy Tyler. A bullet, I don't know. We'll talk a wee bit about that. Remember they talked about the casing and it said this and it said that. None of that's even been confirmed either. None of it is officially confirmed in regards to what was seemingly written on these casings. but a lot of people, it's gospel to them. Oh, it was definite 100%. But on that one, I wouldn't be sure. I would not be. There's so much just junk and deception regarding it. It's quite incredible, to be honest. JP in the hood. Frank's here as well. Frank, the information tank, back again. I hope you're doing well, Frank. Good to see you. Thank you for the emails. Retro in the hood. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. RW in the hood, our American brother. The concept of the beast power killing a man and hijacking his movement for their own agenda doesn't seem far-fetched. Well, yeah, it certainly does not seem far-fetched when you put it like that. And to be honest, that's what they're experts at. I mean, in my own view, Kirk was possibly bred from the beginning rather than hijacked. But that is, they're experts when it comes to that. They'll jump on the back of anything they can. And like RW says, they'll hijack it and then they control it. They'll take it anywhere they want. Well, they'll take it wherever suits the agenda. That's where it'll go. This whole situation, I mean, I don't know how anybody can look at it now and say, yeah, well, actually, there's nothing to see here. There's nothing strange about it. I mean, it's riddled, right? It is rotten to its core. And of course, you had the whole ceremony with I don't know what you would even call it, a wake. Was it the guy's funeral that day? I mean, that was I don't even know how to explain that. What sort of world are we living in? And Trump's on the stage and she's on the stage, and it's like, what the hell's going? What even is this, man? Do you know? She's a wee bit sad, and then we're laughing and we're joking, and it's all good, nothing to worry about. In the blink of an eye, man. In the blink of an eye. And I said this in the first one last week. When it comes to the so-called wife of Kirk, I just would not trust her one bit. Not one bit. Now, I could be wrong, and it might sound a bit, oh, can't say that. Hey, I never knew them. They never knew me. So there's no love lost there. But I just don't know, man. It's just a really bad vibe from that particular individual. She did. Nah, something not right there. I wonder if she was maybe some kind of handler in the situation. I mean, there's so much. You can go down so many avenues and twists and turns. I mean, we talk about a rabbit hole. Oh my god, quite incredible. So yeah, good to see you, RW. And yeah, that is a good kind of analysis and way to put it. A lot of people thought that Kirk was kind of primed and was going to be a future president of America. Possibly. Do you know, I've got a weird feeling that somehow Trump is going to be in it again. Somehow he's going to be the president again. Does anybody else kind of feel that's going to happen? Because I think if you're in war, and remember, Trump even joked about it. Oh, that's good to know that. I mean, is it going to be that blatant as well? But hey, if it does come to so-called World War III, the agenda, the whole agenda is going to benefit from that. Both sides will benefit, and who's going to lose out? The people. This side, that side, every side. The average Joe. Because it's us that get fucked over. That's for sure. And kind of on that, I mean, hey, it doesn't look great. From what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, it does not look great. I think we could be edging closer to some form of escalation in what people might deem the beginnings of a World War III. But I think that it's better to them where it's just looming on a knife edge, at least for the time being. And that's what they want us under a constant state of fear. Do I fear it? I don't fear it. If they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So what would be the point in fearing it? What would be the point in that? We know they're gonna put all kinds of things out there and upon us. War is definitely one thing they do. Could we see it on a so-called global scale? I wouldn't rule it out. I don't think we can. I don't think we can. How affected are we going to be? I don't know. I'm unsure. Should people prepare? Well, why not? Why not be prepared? What can you can't lose that way. And be prepared to defend yourself, man. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to have the Russians parachuting in, but who knows what could go down when it comes to war and so-called state of emergency scenarios. It gets a bit dodgy. It'll certainly get a bit dodgy. So yeah, I mean, hey, again, going back to 2021, 2022, we talked about it time and time again. The World Economic Forum, global crisis document, year in, year out, talking about how bad the world's going to get. Like, how do they know? Well, how do they know? In 2 years, this is going to happen. In 5 years, this will happen. Oh, and in 10 years, this will happen. And of course, not every single thing they say happens, but a lot of it does happen. And it's like they know exactly the way the world's going. How do they know that? How do they know what it's going to be like? Of course, there's one easy answer to that. You know, it's easy to predict the future when you plan it, you create it. I'm not saying it the world's created by the World Economic Forum. They're a mere tentacle to put it out there. The guy Schwab and what have you. Yeah, he's a satanic monster, but he's far from top of the tree or top of the chain. If he was, he wouldn't be there, man. He wouldn't be there. Talk about an evil Hollywood-like villain, right? I mean, he's the carbon copy of some kind of Hollywood villain. Do you know he'll be high up in the order, but he's far from the top, and that would be a guarantee. So yeah, good to see RW. Chillster in the hood. Where did he go? There he goes. We'll try and crack on. Anybody that I missed? Carl, Frank, on a plane. Norman, Kari in the hood as well. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Long time no see. I believe in Mexico, if I remember correctly. Probably not, right? What's he fucking on about? Mexico. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Kieran as well. Good to see you. Our Irish brother Kieran in the hood. Good to see you. Back again. And I reckon shit. Richard, there you go. Richard in the hood. Richard Rushford. Good evening. Yep. Good evening to you, Richard. I hope you're doing well. I've met Richard in person. Great lad. Cares about Scotland, cares about the people. Likes to try and get out there and support what he can and help what he can and do what he can. That's what we need. People like him who, yeah, they're willing to learn about the world that we're in. Some people are not. They don't want to hear it, right? Hey, that's up to them, I suppose. I'm not one to believe voting is counted currently, so not voting just saves time. Yeah, yeah, you're right there. It's a waste of time anyway. Yeah, they don't even bother counting, yeah, because they've already got the result. Yeah, we counted the votes, don't worry. It's fine, right? And in America, they've got the electrical voting. And to be honest, I don't know much about that, but it sounds like, wait a minute, that's a bit dodgy, right? I mean, it's dodgy enough. Just put an X and then you put it in a wee box, and then seemingly it's going to be counted, right? You take their word for it. We had a independence referendum in 2014, and boy, I'll tell you, that opened my eyes quite a bit. Quite a bit. You want to talk about corruption? Yikes. And I would imagine it's right across the board. It is, man. And I think they've kind of got that much control. They probably could say, right, whoever gets the most votes wins. But the trick there is they own both the candidates. So it's like plan A or plan B, but they all lead to the same outcome. And people think, yay, democracy. But they don't quite see the bigger picture. That might not make any sense to anybody, but that would be my view. So we're good to go. Kari in the Hood. Yeah, 8 years in Mexico, right enough. I remember you saying. Yeah, good man. Of course, I've got two Telegram groups because I lost. What happened again? I think I lost a phone or I lost my number and then I couldn't get back on it. So it's just there. It'll be there forever, probably now, right? Fucking outlive me, probably. So yeah, good to see you, Kari. I remember talking. I think Kari, a long term sufferer, subscriber of That's Life, but not as we know it. And I think I remember we talked about the 2020 situation, the whole scenario, the circus back in the day. And yesterday as well, when I was coming home from work. Was it today actually? It was either today or yesterday. A lady in her car driving past had a mask on, and it was just her in the car, no one else. Just her sitting in the car, the fuck mask on, and I thought, oh no, really? Is this? Are we going back to that now? Surely not, right? I mean, hey, most people probably they forgot it now. Oh yeah, I forgot about 2020 and all that. Do you know? People have said to me in the past, just forget it. It was 5 years ago. It doesn't matter now. Well, bloody matters to me. It matters to me, man. So yeah, we're back again. We'll keep going. And it's good to see Kari, Frank, Justine, Chelsea in the hood. Chelsea, before we get on, that much they crumbled the oil market. Oh yeah, the independence, yeah. Yeah, and I mean again, these kind of events it'll show you where they've got power and where they can pull strings and where they can make things happen. And of course, like I said many times before, the whole 2020 scenario, it done that as well. Because we seen the whole thing in action and yeah, I mean it was right across the board, man. What did they call it? Lockstep. That's what we seen. They showed their hand, right? We got to see their hand in full effect. And it did. A lot of people, I guess you could say a lot of people woke up to it. They certainly did. And they at least began to think, wait a minute, I need to start doing my own digging, start doing my own research, and not believe in every single thing that the media says or the BBC. Take it with a pinch of salt and before anything, you put yourself first. You and your family. That's the key thing, man. When you get right down to it, you're selling your family or your friends. But I think yourself first and foremost, your own well-being. That needs to be a priority because when you're if you're kind of out of order, if you like, um, not working to your best of ability, then hey, that won't be great. But when you're happy and content, you're a good pet. Is that just me? Probably just me. That's when you do your best work. That would be my view. So I think we're good to go. And I reckon I got everybody. If I missed you, hey, I'll catch you through the week, right? Or through the window. And what I'll do is I'll take that there, I'll put that there, I'll put this in here. And then we should be cooking by gas. What, only 45 minutes in? It's a record, right? It's a record. But hey, we like to have a discussion. And yeah, hey, I'm an open book. There's not much that I won't talk about. There's nowhere that we kind of won't go. But it stems from a good place and at least in my view, right? At least in my view. There's no hidden agenda. There's no, oh, I don't know. He's an AI bot. Oh, he's working for Mossad. I'll tell you what, actually, on that, uh, maybe last week, I don't know, for about a week, maybe. Of course, we've got That's Life But Not, well, it's called the Talbanoki website. So it's talbanoki.com and it's kind of under construction. So it's still there, but I'm a bit in the air as to what I'm going to do and where we're going to go with it, right? But for about a week, I've been getting quite a lot of traffic from Russia. So I don't know. Hey, make of that what you want. I don't know. But we could. I guess there is. Hey, people in Russia, they're bound to see the world similar to how we see it. But it was kind of a bit out the blue. And it's not often I couldn't recall ever before different people in Russia on the website or being on the YouTube or I don't know in the chat, right? But maybe there is. But what I do remember is um, when me and Sensum interviewed Bart Sibrel, it got translated into Russian. And it's out there on, I think it's like a Russian YouTube. I'm unsure what it's called. What's it called again? I don't know. But I don't know if they used AI, but it was kind of before AI. Um, but it got translated into Russian and got put out there. So possibly, I guess, they're coming from that. Either that or the Russians are considering they're considering tapping me up, right, and trying to get me on board. You know, next thing I'll be a newspaper headline. Elgin man spying for the Russians. Probably hung, drawn, and quartered. But nah, do you know what? As much as I detest the government and what have you, I could never turn my back on the UK. Do you know how in the currently there's Afghanistan people and their data got leaked, and some of them are staying here in Elgin, and they're staying in old military houses. I mean, you couldn't even make it up, man. You could not even make it up. But these people were spies for the British. So they were spying on their own country and their own people. And you know what? Being a spy is one thing, but being that type of spy is like the worst, lowest, most rattiest, snakiest thing that, in my view, you could ever do, man. Honestly, that is the low. I would not trust it. I mean, how could you? How could anybody have any trust in them whatsoever, man? Do you know? Seemingly there was thousands of them. But I guess if you believe that, you yeah, you possibly would believe anything. So what I did notice as well, the guy Tyler, we've got there's a couple of photos that came out. Oh, look, he's in the jail now. I think the first court appearance was a video link. So not even in person. I kind of feel that it should be these should be done in person. There should not be, unless he's in a hospital bed dying. They should be in the fucking dock every time and have to face people at least, right? So we got this one, and I think there was another photo or image that got put out, and some of the media tried to say, "Oh, he's in a suicide vest, so he must be suicidal." I mean, he could be suicidal, right? If he is who he is, and he is in the jail, let's say, because we take it all with a pinch of salt, remember? Then he could be suicidal. He could be thinking, bloody hell, what have I done, right? It could be haunting. I've never actually, honestly, I've not. I've never killed anyone. But I'd imagine it would haunt you. Surely, right? Unless you're some kind of psychotic fucking absolute maniac. But even then, I kind of think it would probably haunt you in some kind of way, and you would maybe have to live or learn to live alongside that. And I'd imagine a lot of people they wouldn't be able to. Um. So the hey, that would be a possibility. If he's in the jail, if he's done it, then yeah, possibly. But there, when they talked about oh, he's in a suicide, that's not a suicide vest though. It's not. It's not. It's got nothing to do with suicide. What about that vest would be to protect someone from suicide? That's a vest you get. They'll give it to you if you've not got any other clothing. And I know this because I fucking wore one. I've had one on before. I think I would have been maybe, oh man, 18, 17, 18, 19, and basically arrested. I can't even remember what for. A group of us arrested, took into the station, stripped down. In fact, I think it even might have been 16. Stripped down and put in a cell. And I remember at one point, I think I must have woke up and I said, look, I'm fucking freezing here. Do you know? And people have died in themselves, many people. And I was like, look, hey, where's my clothes? And I need clothing. And that's what they gave me, one of them, and a pair of shorts that were made out of the same material. So it's not got anything, in my view, and from my experience, that's not got anything to do with suicide. That's just simply a vest you get given, and they're like hard wearing, scabby, thick, itchy fucking material that you would basically you could make a rug out of it. You know, a doormat. It was like that. But even with that being the case, right? Yeah, I guess. Hey, I wouldn't rule out him, let's say Tyler being suicidal. Could we go see it go down that route? I think that's probably where it might go down. But then again, we know how much they like to kick it on and kick it further down the road and drag it and get more out of it constantly. We could see it drag on the trial for quite a long time. I can't see that being the case. I think they might get it done. I think his next appearance is the 29th of September. From Video Link again. Sentencing, I think probably you're looking at maybe next year. I think we'll probably see the early next year. I think they're going to say the evidence is kind of undeniable. They're talking about DNA. We talked about it before. Well, we've got DNA and what have you. Potentially death penalty. And I think going by what they've said, the judge told them, look, you could be looking at the death penalty. I guess if you got told that, you maybe would be suicidal, if it is the case. So yeah, you'd maybe think, well, what's the point, right? So I guess it could depend on this guy's state of mind, which could be anybody's guess. Anybody. Is he a victim of some form of MK Ultra? You know, what could it be the unintended consequences of being under some that form of treatment? Do you know what sort would it? How bad would it mess with your brain? Probably in a very bad way. You know. So, and if this could go anywhere in regards to will it go to trial? Is he going to get convicted? Will he get the death penalty? I mean, he's never coming out, right? I mean, he's not getting off. Surely not. I think they want to get it kind of done and dusted. I mean, look at how quick they moved on. From the boy got shot the next day, right? We're doing this, starting the next thing. Just boom, man. Boom. And they're saying, oh, it's even bigger. Excuse me. Turning point. Oh, it's even bigger now than it ever was. And we've doubled this. And they went from, I can't remember the figures, but to millions and millions and millions of followers and support. And the money just streaming in the door. It's like one big gigantic operation. And they just fleece everyone. They'll deceive you they'll deceive you for sure. But they can actually do it to a point where you'll then go into your own pocket and say, I don't know, your life savings. So here, take it. Look at what they did to the Captain Kirk. Look at what they've done. And where do they put the blame? Well, a lot of the time it's whoever they can get their hands on. And with it being connected to the political arena, I think a lot of people are talking, well, he's extreme left or far left, I think they would call him. Antifa, possibly. But even with that, there doesn't seem to be that much evidence in regards to that. You'd think there'd be a bit more. Like I said in the first one, the guy had never even voted. Not once, man. Yeah, he was this big into politics and what have you. I just find that a bit weird. He's never voted. I think he I mean, he was 22, like we said. So I think, yeah, small elections, local maybe. I'm unsure what you would call them in America. But I think he would have been maybe eligible to vote in possibly 2 elections. And going by the information we can get, he's not voted at all. He was never connected to any political party. But he was this political activist. It's all very strange, man. Do you know? What about Elgin? Yeah, doing good now. On the right track. Kari, good to see you. Let me just double check we're still going. They have DNA on the Patsy weapon that didn't even shoot Kirk. What a slam dunk of a trial. Yeah, no DNA. And I think, did they not say on the roof or on the window? They had his what was it, a footprint or a palm print, maybe? I think I read that at one point. But yeah, it's perfect, right? It's perfect. And again, we won't touch on the messages tonight. But I reckon we will at some point because I mean that's quite comical as well. Some of the things so what we'll do there is I've got the text messages and the Discord messages, and we'll kind of do a statement analysis in a kind of amateur way, right? In a beginner's way. But I mean, we've done it before with stuff, and we've learned a good bit. I think in particular from the guy Peter Hyatt. Do you know the basics, the principles of statement analysis? And of course, Peter Hyatt done it to Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. And up until that point, he thought, yeah, they went to the moon, nothing to see, no conspiracy. Then he done a statement analysis and thought, wait a minute, wait a minute here. We've been lied to. And it must have been quite a moment that for Peter. God bless him. He's passed away now. Um, but yeah, that must have been quite a moment. Do you know he talked about his whole life? He was believed it and thought there would never be anything to kind of raise an eyebrow or question in terms of the moon landing. Then he does a statement analysis on Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, and he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, actually, something's not right here." Of course, it's not concrete evidence, but it would merit further investigation. That's what, in my view, that's what it does. You couldn't use it in court, but it would certainly be, look, there's something here, potentially something here. You might want to look a bit closer, right? So I think we're going to get more images of Tyler to come out, in particular from court, whether it be virtually or not. I kind of feel, if not all of his court appearances will be from what they call virtual reality, which is quite funny, right? Wait, did they even exist? Good question. Good question. Would I rule it out? Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I kind of think he does. He did, even. And I guess, yeah, he still does. I think we could be looking at a genuine straight up patsy here. They usually kill them. That's the thing. Or at least make out like they've killed them. Again, going back to the Oswald scenario, I don't think he got killed. I could be wrong. Are they going to do a similar episode with the guy Tyler? I guess time will tell on that one. Again, I wanted to go back to the whole. Well, he was on the roof here, and he shot him there, and he was in the wee gazebo. And the more I looked at that and the kind of Google Earth stuff, I don't think you can get him from there. So I would lean towards the shot never came. If there is a shot, it never came from there. Would I put any weight on there being a shot? Not necessarily, no. But I would rule out a shot coming from there. That's not, it didn't come, if there was a shot, it never came from there. So I think more, we not, if, when, and it's likely we will do a kind of part 3, at least in the near future. I think we'll look at this a wee bit more, a wee bit closer, because it's not, I mean, it's not feasible. It's not feasible, and it's not compatible with the outcome of the shot in regards to, oh, it went in his neck or it went here, there, and everywhere. Remember early doors, they were talking about, it had body armor. He had body armor on. It bounced, cling. It bounced off his body armor. I shouldn't laugh, hey. Who am I to rule it out? Oh, it bounced off his body. I've been in the military. It bounced off his body armor, and then it went in his neck, and then it like was a magic bullet, like JFK. It was the magic bullet. I doubt anybody would have deleted a comment, but yeah, YouTube probably did, to be honest. But nobody here would have done it. What did it say? I'm curious now. I'm curious. Sometimes what you do is you word it a particular way or put it in code, right? We'll get it. We'll get it, hopefully. Oh, Toffee in the hood as well. Good to see you. I saw a breakdown video where it. Oh, fuck, where did it go? Where it looked like the shot came from behind. Exit wounds. Exit wounds are bigger than entry. And that was a big wound. It did look quite big. I'll give you that. It did. And it did I mean, people say, oh, blood spurted here, and there's there's mixed opinion on that, but it did kind of look like that. It did kind of look like there was blood being squirted from out the back, but they're saying there wasn't a exit wound that way. So how the fuck was there blood squirting out his back then? If he got shot in the front in his neck, the bullet never came out, but there's blood squirting out the back. I mean, how would that? Am I missing? Probably I'm missing something there. Quite a lot. Yeah, we know, we know. But there's, in my mind, I think, well, it's not making sense though, right? And it did look quite big in for a bullet entry. I mean, I'm far from an expert, but I think, yeah, it caught the average person's eye and made them think, well, wait a minute. It's not right. It's not adding up. It does not compute. But yeah, there's so much about it as well, right? Yeah, the donations, I'd imagine they'll be making a lot of money. And basically, what they're doing is they're preying on the emotions of people. There is a claim, yeah, I did see that. A claim about a hologram. Oh, he was a hologram. Again, take it with a pinch of salt. Would I rule it out? I don't know. I mean, I couldn't rule it out, but I certainly wouldn't be going that way. Is there manipulated in kind of CGI videos? There will be. There is. I mean, even the mainstream media are coming out and saying, right, quite early on, we've had manipulated videos and AI generated images coming out to the point where it's like, well, how can you wouldn't be able to trust any of these videos? The videos I don't think are even I don't even know if we could deem them as being evidence, to be honest. And just funnily enough as well, you know the Macron, you know his husband. Sorry, Macron's. Fuck, I better watch what I'm saying. His wife. I'll be getting arrested. I'll be getting sued now. She'll have to prove it in court, right? Now I want to see it myself. Well, maybe not. But I seemingly, I don't know what she's going to prove that she's a female in court. How's she going to do that? And I thought they couldn't, according to some people, you can't differentiate between a male and a female. Well, you clearly can. But hey, why ruin a good thought, right? Of course, some people in the UK, they couldn't define what a female was or is. They couldn't. And saying that men can be women. Hey, if there was ever something that you needed to tell you that this world is absolutely buggered, it's that. It's got to be that, man. Yeah, men can be women with a straight face as well. Oh, yeah, yep, scientifically, a woman can be a man. What? Can you define a woman? Nah, well, anybody that wants to be a woman. Really? But seemingly, they're gonna go in court and who's the girl again? Candice Owens, I think. I mean, I don't know much about Owens. Probably wouldn't trust her, to be honest. But I think they'll probably go to town on that and maybe make an example and say, "Look, don't you fucking question anybody's gender again." Especially not Macron's wife, right? Seemingly she was very upset about it. Couldn't sleep at night, very worried. Oh man, quite funny to be honest. That's the world that we're in. Quite insane, right? Quite insane. But yeah, I think some Richie Allen talked about what they might do is take a photograph. So someone's gonna take a photo of Macron's wife and say, "Look, here she is." But of course, how could that be evidence? How is it a photograph? It's not really evidence. It could be classed as evidence, but it wouldn't be enough, surely. A photo can be easily manipulated. Same with a video. And that's my point about the videos. And there's so many people now that'll look into it and break it down and we mentioned this before and see anomalies in videos and think, well, that's the silver bullet. It would be certainly worth note, but it's not going to be enough, I'm afraid. It won't be enough. Not in this case. But with most of these events, time tells in the end. And it will sooner rather than later become a lot clearer as to what actually happened on that day. If anything happened, right? Quite incredible. I don't know if anybody's seen. Seemingly, I think it was 2 days after or a few days after, they were digging up the whole area where it happened and resurfacing and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, wait, what? In my mind, I'm thinking, right, it's still a crime scene. It's still got the police aware tape around it and um, they're investigating it. Nah, cleaned up pretty much the next day, swept away like it never even happened, man. Like it never even happened. How fitting is that? Shit, did that happen? Oh, yeah, it did. Did it? Maybe not. I think it did. Of course, you'll know because it'll continue. Like I've said before, it's their story now. They're going to take it wherever they want to take it. Even if he was shot by some maniac, let's say, they'll say, right, that's ours now. We we're going to take it where we want to take it, and thank you, but we'll take it from here. Again, it's up for debate, in my view, if he actually got shot. Um, I know the guy Richie from Boston said, "Oh, look, he got shot," but I think he's kind of said, "Well, actually, I don't know now," and I knew that would happen. That's what's going to happen. You can't jump the gun too quick, man. You can't be. I mean, it's to nobody's benefit that you bide your time. You investigate it as it goes in real time, and you'll get a clearer picture as time goes on. What's the point in jumping the gun on it? But there's mixed views on that as well. In the so-called truther community, which I find quite interesting. Yeah. Would I put any weight with anything just now? I wouldn't. Again, my starting point is I would not believe any of it. That's got to be the starting point. You're pretty much guaranteed any of these big events. It's not what you're told. That's pretty much a guarantee. I mean, surely we know that by now. Don't buy it, man. And see when they've got you, when they've tapped into your emotions, that's when they've got you right by the fucking bollocks. Both hands, man. Just squeezed to the point where you will do anything they say. And they do. That's how they get people. It has to be graphic. It has to be this. It has to be that. And people think, oh no, I need to act. I need to do something. And we see it time and time again. People getting led astray. They do it. I mean, I think the first kind of time I began to see that was maybe back in 2012, 13, with the whole Palestine situation. Even then, do you know, and as soon as any talk about, oh, babies, there was bombing and there was babies and it was a hospital, people would just, they'll throw anything at it. Look, take my life savings. Here, sort something out. And what I also noticed a lot of the time, people were giving their money to what they thought was a decent chart. They were just being scammed. They were getting scammed, man. So you've got scammers out there who'll pretend, I don't know, they're a kid in Palestine. And people fall for it. Or, and I don't know, they think they fucking adopted them or something. And then they're sending them money constantly. But it's a con, it's a scam. We'd not trust any of it. How could you? The whole Israel Palestine, that's, I mean, talk about a can of worms, man. And we'll talk a wee bit about the guy, Netanyahu. I mean, fucking hell. Talk about an actor, right? Talk about an actor. Honestly. And remember it about in 1994 or 1995. Of course, we did have the 1993 Twin Tower bomb. But Netanyahu was sitting saying, oh, well, I think he had wrote it in a book as well, that in the future you might see the Hamas or terrorists taking down the World Trade Center. And people say, well, how did he know? He's an actor. He's an actor, man. And I mean, how long has he been in power in Israel as well? Is he using the war as, oh, look, we can't have an election? No election this week. Ah, bloody war, innit? Sorry, folks. Maybe next time. Maybe next time, right? Oh, war again. Sorry. No election this term. Is that what we're gonna see? I shouldn't laugh. Is that what we're gonna see with Donald Trump? Is he actually gonna go there? You know, I sometimes wonder, bloody hell, how long has the guy got? And he's talking about, oh, I could go again. He's wanting to go for a third time. To be honest, you know this. I mean, Trump is one of the biggest actors you could ever get. But bloody hell, I mean, he's comedy gold, right? He genuinely is. He's like fucking Bozo the Clown, or I don't know how to describe him, but he can literally say anything he wants and just gets away with it. It just gets away with it every time, man. Quite incredible. What was it? Remember it? I think it was only a few days after he was getting interviewed, and he said, "Oh, the journalist said? Oh, what did he say again? He was saying, oh, Charlie Kirk would be sticking up for, like, or not. What was it? Not against hate speech. Do you know he'd be sticking up for free speech and he wouldn't be against hate speech?" And Trump said, "Well, he wouldn't be saying that now. He wouldn't be saying that now." Yeah, because it seemingly he's been shot and killed by a left wing extremist. He wouldn't be saying that now. And to be fair, that was quite funny, I thought. So he can be like a bit of a comedian. That's all it is. I mean, it's entertainment. Do you know? And it's quite a good discussion when people talk about, look, we know politicians have not got any power. They don't really run the show. True. But I believe in my kind of view, there is certain leverage they get, especially over me and you. So if they're very smart, if they ever get the chance to be the puppet, they can use that to their gain for when they're not the puppet, if you know what I mean. And I think Trump has learned from his first term as acting president. He's learned, look, when I'm in that hot seat, all right, I don't run the show completely, but I can do things that I couldn't do when I'm not. And when it comes to Trump, he's a big actor, but in my view, he's a gangster. That's what he is. That's kind of the best way I would describe him. And I think if you look at what he's been doing, he's kind of been taking out certain things that might get in his way or have got in his way in the past. So while he's in this let's say the hot seat, he's using it to his gain. So when he comes out, it's a bit easier for his empire, if you like, if you want to call it that. Because I think we're now looking at what has he got? How many children has he got? 2 or 3? I'm unsure. Probably a lot more, to be honest. But I think Trump kind of sees him and his family as this, I guess, I kind of want to say dynasty, but I'm unsure if that's the right word. So I think they kind of want to go down that route. I could be wrong. But I mean, Putin seems to be in power for eternity. Of course, in China, you've got the dynasties and they tend to wield power for eternity. I think more and more the world kind of looks at that as that's kind of the way forward in their eyes. Once you get in, you do your best to stay in for as long as you can. But I don't know. He's a strange one, Trump. He really is. He's certainly a man I would not trust in any way, shape, or form. Not a chance, man. You wouldn't even turn your back on him. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. He cannot be trusted. Yeah, he's comedy. He is comedy. He's like I said, Bozo the Clown, man. Similar to Boris Johnson. It was just two complete and utter clowns. But of course, it's a really interesting time currently as well, just kind of on Trump. Because I don't know if anybody's seen it, but we had Trump at the UN talking about stuff that we said. We've said that. Wait a minute, he's fucking saying what we said. And people are thinking, well, how on earth? Why is he saying that? But the thing is, the world won't listen. The world's not going to listen. And the majority of the world will deem him some kind of crackpot. And then when Trump does step out the way, they'll say, oh, look at the damage he's done. Look at what he's done now because of he talked about the climate change deniers. He talked about this, that, and the next thing. And now he's put us back 20 years. All that work that we done, all that saving this and recycling that. Forget it, man. Trump undone it. He's undone it. So when you stand back and look at the bigger picture, there's a wider operation going on here. Trump's there to throw in the spanner in the work, and then he'll be used as a patsy. But it's all in the plan, of course. It's got to be. So I guess to kind of make that a wee bit more understandable, if possible, Trump will do what he's been told to do. Then when he's finished, someone else comes in and says, look, actually, because of what Trump done, we're going to have to now do this, which is probably going to be, yep, you guessed it, geoengineering. Because he's put us so far back now. Look at what he done. Look at what he said about climate change. I mean, he was right. But where's it going? And it should be us that's saying that. Do you know, I seen earlier on the guy Netanyahu, he was talking at the United Nations. He was talking at the UN, and as soon as he started to speak, all these people stood up and walked out. So that's kind of heating up as well. You had the UK saying, "Oh, we're gonna recognize Palestine to a degree," and that's quite interesting. That's one we're probably, I mean, not in the very near future, but at some point in the future, we probably will discuss it in a bit more detail. Um, but yeah, good to see. I do not consent in the hood. Trump is a Freemason shaping the world. Yeah, yeah, he's certainly part of the brotherhood, the occult circles. Guarantee, guarantee. Yeah, shaping the world. Yeah, he's helping shape it. He's helping enable it. Um, I would agree with that. He's enabling it. But the people at the top do the write the script, and yeah, I remember I done a video probably 2021, and it was about Freemasons, and I said Freemasons create, delete, and rewrite history. That's what they do. So you're right. I would agree. I would certainly agree. I do not consent. I hope you're doing well. Anything else quickly? Trump got rid of the Philadelphia Mafia from Atlantic City in the 1980s. So he basically is, yeah, I would agree with that. And notice how he's going after the Mafia just now as well in different cartels. I mean, they're not even hiding the fact now, I don't think. He's sort of clearing the way while he's got certain things at his disposal. You know, that would be my view anyway. Yeah, they don't run the show, but they've got a bit of sway. They've got a bit of sway. Well, more than us, put it that way, right? More than us, and he'd certainly be up there as in terms of a master mason. I reckon he'd be well up there. So we'll jump to the fuck. What did I do there? There we go. We'll jump to. So I wanted to point that out, and we'll likely cover that again. Uh, Absence of an exit wound, which is a bit like right. It was quite a high-powered air, not air. It was quite a high-powered rifle, but we're saying there's not an exit wound, and there was some form of miracle. It's a miracle. Hallelujah. Praise, I don't know, Trump. Oh, wait a minute, it's maybe not a miracle. How can it be a miracle when he's dead? So there's, I mean, this one I find it. I don't know. It's funny, but it's strange. That's my kind of take. So the bullet did not exit Kirk's neck. Right. Despite being fired from a powerful rifle, which some describe as highly unusual. Yeah, it kind of would be a bit strange, right? But hey, fuck it, it's 2025. What does it matter? So, yeah, a bit unusual. Surgeons have reportedly called it a miracle. Wow. That the bullet didn't pass through, potentially sparing others behind him. Oh, so he's a hero in the process. Look, he saved all them people that were standing behind him. So they talk about bone density. When you look into this a wee bit more, seemingly Charlie Kirk, his bones were like Superman. Do you know? He was like, I don't know, fucking the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. So, hey, I'm laughing, but hey, I guess, is it a possibility? I don't know, actually. I kind of think it's not possible. But basically, what they're trying to say is, right, he gets shot with this high powered rifle, the bullet goes in his neck, but hits either his, I don't know, his spine or his collarbone. Well, it couldn't have hit his collarbone, right? Judging by the. I mean, if you look at where the so called entry wound is, I mean, it doesn't look like it would even. Would it maybe have hit his shoulder blade? Could it have been stopped? Um, I'm unsure. That would be one for someone a wee bit more, a wee bit more experienced in actually shooting folk. Do you know, like ex-military, a sniper, someone like that? Um, get some. Someone like that guy, you know, in a platoon. Is it platoon? They would maybe have an idea. But this is being talked about. I don't think anything's been set in stone in regards to it, but they're saying, yeah, well, it might have been his Superman like body. He just swallowed the bullet and spat it out. Which way? I'll let you decide. But as soon as the first time I seen the video, and I actually, do you know this? When it happened, I kind of thought, to be honest, I don't really want to watch it. I don't want to see it, you know. And because I thought, look, I'll give it a wee bit of time, and then if needs be, I'll watch it. Like I said, I never heard of the guy, didn't know who he was, what have you. But then I was out. One of the days I was in work, and one of the boys said to me, "Oh," he said, "Oh, did you see that video of the guy that got shot?" And I was like, "Nah, probably not gonna watch it." Next thing, it was in front of my face, being played on the guy's phone. Like, all right, well, take it. I'm watching it now, then, right? Do you know? He never kind of clicked on that. I didn't want to see it. You know, but within the blink of an eye, there it was. So I thought, yeah, well, I may as well watch it now. And kind of straight away, I thought the bullet came from a very low sort of height, ground level even. And I thought it went right through his neck and blood came splurting out the back. Did anybody else think that? I mean, did I think that by mistake? Because at the time I thought, well, it looks like blood spurting out the back of his neck, probably where the bullet came out. But they're saying that a bullet never came out. So is the bullet still in his body? The actual bullet. It's a really strange one. Like I said, the time they spent or never spent, maybe, in regards to the investigation, the crime scene, it's just quite incredible. Quite incredible, the speed. And I guess, I mean, how many people would you need to interview? There must have been what? I think they said 500 people, possibly more. Do you interview all them people? How much evidence would you need to gather? A lot of people talking about, and we'll get into that. More people being involved in it. Yeah, because he's a patsy. Of course, there's more people involved. So we do have the miracle bullet and the miracle Superman body that just soaks up bullets. Quite the thing. Possible, I guess. Hey, I guess I can't rule that out. I can't see it though. I can't see it. I don't know what if anybody would agree with that. This we mentioned this before. Uh, just give me 2 secs. There we go. We're back again. No sound. Audio gone. Oh, it's back now. Sorted. So yeah, seemingly this book came out on Amazon. So a book titled The Shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account, was briefly listed on Amazon with a publication date of September 9, 2025, one day before the shooting. And it got removed. And it's been speculated to indicate foreknowledge, a publishing schedule glitch, or possibly a scam AI generated content mistake. The fact that it's been deleted, well, that would surely rule out a generated image of it. I mean, would it show you that it's been removed? Would it show you that it's been deleted? Could it have been a technical glitch or error? Possibly. But I'm pretty sure we've been here before. I'm pretty sure there's been incidents before that have happened, and someone said, hey, wait a minute, look at this, what came out the day before on Amazon. So that one, I think it's worth noting, and the fact that it's possibly been deleted, we'll kind of keep an eye on that. We'll keep the tab open with that one. But you notice again how we're talking about different potential bits of evidence, and they're talking about content manipulation, possibly AI generated. Do you know what can we trust anymore? Zilch is the answer. There are reports of a private jet leaving from Provo Airport about an hour after the shot was fired, which then seemingly vanished. Just gone off the radar. In some accounts, it vanished. This has fueled speculation about possible involvement of outside individuals or rapid extraction. And I found that quite interesting. I never heard about the aircraft, the private jet, but I did remember seeing a video of a guy who was saying, look, about an hour before, or a few hours, maybe a good few hours before the incident happened, he seen all these SUVs blacked out heading to, I think it was the harbour or the dock. And he's like, what the hell is this? I think, did he have it on video? I'm unsure if he had it on video, but he said, look, it caught my eye. Because I thought, what the hell's going on? And this is before it happened. Do you know, like, if they were moving I don't know, the president or the vice president? A bit like that. So when I seen this, I thought, oh, I wonder if that's connected to that. Is that the team that kind of puts it all together? So, you know, they've got their private jet waiting. And just before it kicks off, right, boom, out the door. I don't know. And interestingly enough, the day before yesterday, it was, I think it would be called American Air Force 2. Not Air Force 1, you know, the aircraft. But I think it was Air Force 2. It was one of the big blue ones anyway, blue and white with the gold on it. It flew right overhead, and it landed in the military camp here. I don't think, well, from what I could see on that day, Trump was in DC. So it wasn't Trump. And I seen it, and it was low, and I could see the blue and the side of it, and I thought, fucking hell, that's Air Force One. So I went on to flight radar, but it wasn't Air Force One. It was the like sister aircraft. I don't know if that's used for like generals and the vice president, possibly. But there was no. I never seen anything about any of them being in the UK. So I found that a wee bit strange. I thought, what's going on here? Because when it flew overhead, I thought, oh, that'll be Trump going to play golf, possibly. So I thought, right, actually, jump on flight radar. We'll check it out. And it was landing at Lossy, but I should have guessed that because it was so low. And of course, Lossy's only what 6 miles from me, as the crow flies, somewhere that way. So I thought I'd mention that. That was a bit strange. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, we're certainly into interesting times currently. That might be a polite way of putting it. Temmie in the hood as well. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Whether it was Tyler, or the Masons, or the you know who's, the end result is the same. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much similar to like I said with when it comes to an election, plan A or plan B, the outcome's the same. So even if they said, right, no rigging, we're going to count whoever wins, we'll count all the votes, but it wouldn't matter because it's going to go down the same road. And they're experts. It's the illusion they create. It's all an illusion, man. And it will be, you're right. It will be that. The outcome will be the same. And that's pretty much a guarantee. So yeah, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Was it? He was at a golf course up your way. Yeah, but he wasn't on that day. I know he was here. It was about a month ago now. So I don't know. Are you living in the past? Possibly. Possibly, right? But he was, yeah. And we did talk about that a wee bit, and there was a protest which was comical. Clearly, Chilster wasn't here when we talked about that. But like I said, he was seemingly in DC at the time, and I couldn't help but think. Do you know how people say, "Well, there's two Donald Trumps. One's got a blue tie, one's got a red tie. Is it blue?" And I thought maybe the blue one's in America and the red one's here, right? Playing golf. But he never landed in Aberdeen. It was Lossy military base. And I guess if you probably could find it on the flight log data. I think you can look at the history of these aircraft. So you probably would see it. I think I'm subbed to you through Binsky or Joni. Oh, cool. Probably Joni. Good old Joni and Ulick, right? Great people. I've got a lot of time for both of them. Joni. Well, maybe not Ulick, right? Hey, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Nah, Ulick's all right. I've got a lot of time for them. And we've had Joni on before. So maybe we can catch up again in the future. Anybody else quickly? I think we're all good. So, some local witnesses or commentators claim there were, quote, strangers, close quote, or unusual visitors coming to Tyler Robinson's residence in the days leading up to the so called shooting. I did also see, I don't know, some people may be seeing this. I think someone looked into the owners of the property and found that it was connected to basically the government owned it. So maybe it's like a crisis actor's house. I mean, I would have to look into that myself. Do you know, I can't be just parroting a fucking video that was on, I don't know, TikTok or similar. You'd have to look into it. Could be fake. It could be deliberately misleading for a number of reasons. That's why, I mean, use it as a starting point, but then you do your own digging. Try to clarify as much as you can. But it was connected to a particular company. It began with a P. It's failing me now. But that wouldn't surprise me one bit. Do you know? They've got these properties that they own that it's gonna be used as a house for their patsy or their crisis actor. Um, if it is owned by that company, is it? It's nothing. I guess it's not concrete, but it would add to the, I guess, anomalies surrounding the case. I don't know if anybody's heard about that. Strangers going to his house. I mean, if that is the case, what the hell was going on there? Are these the people who, I don't know, made it happen? Spoke to, let's say, Tyler in a particular way and gave him a couple of pills and look into my eyes, look into my eyes. On this day, you will be here. On this day, you will do this. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's one. It would probably merit a bit more investigating. Who was coming and going? Who's seen these folk? Do you know it would be interesting if someone who stayed locally and was a kind of journalist actually went to the street and interviewed people? I mean, where is that? Maybe there is some of that out there on the local kind of media news, but I doubt it, to be honest. I mean, the whole thing was signed, sealed, and delivered in an instant, and then that was it, swept under the rug, literally built over and done away with. Similar to the whole 9/11. In a matter of minutes, man, right, clear it up, get rid of it, or we'll sell it to China, wink, wink. Oh, and we'll bury most of it. And that's one we're going to talk about possibly next week. Of course, I'll be live tomorrow as well. And I'll have two guests with me. So it won't just be me. It won't just be this clown talking a load of nonsense. As usual, right? The FBI is reportedly investigating Discord chats and visitor logs, considering the possibility of coordination or help. So outside outside individuals helping them. Yeah. Who would it be? Who would it be? I mean, it smells like a fucking CIA kind of FBI scenario. Most likely intertwined with Mossad, going by where it appears to be kind of heading. And again, in my own view, when you're talking about Mossad and the CIA, FBI, MI5, you name it, they're all the same. They all work for the man. They don't work for they don't work for the president or the prime minister. I mean, we know that much, right? They work for the man, the hidden hand. That's a guarantee. So yeah, that kind of smells a bit like it could be CIA. If that's to be true. Again, it would be what need to do there is get interviews with these people and find out how genuine they are. How long have you stayed here? How long have you knew them? You know, just grilling them, giving them a proper grilling. That would be probably too much of real journalism for a lot of these so-called journalists. So I thought that probably worth a bit of a mention. Benjamin Netanyahu called Kirk a quote, lion-hearted friend of Israel, close quote, saying Kirk, quote, defended freedom, defended America, defended our common Judo-Christian civilization, close quote. Huh. Netanyahu explicitly denied claims that Israel had anything to do with the killing, calling such claims false, insane, and of course, a monstrous, big, gigantic porky pie. But is it though? But is it? And you're talking, what are we? I don't even think it was a week after, and Netanyahu was already coming out and talking about it, and I think he was saying, look, it's Iran. It's Iran have done it. It was Hamas, right? Come on, look at Hamas. They're the terrorists. We're not terrorists. We're the good guys. Do you know? We're the good guys. You can trust us. We're the friends of America. And yeah, a lot of people, I think they give Israel sometimes a bit more credit than is due. And people talk about money. Where do you think they get the money? Where did they get the money? Of course, they get it from the UK or they get it from America. It's like a proxy for the powers that be. And Israel takes the fall, takes the blame. And it's, I mean, I like a description of the guy Netanyahu. A lot of people call him a criminal and what have you. But if it's to be true about what Israel have done in the past and continue to do today, I mean, the guy's a monster, right? He's an all-out monster. Could any of us do anything about that? I don't know. You could try. You could certainly try. But in my view, hey, when it comes to where you put your weight, where you put your time, where you put your effort, be careful with that. Prioritize it as best as you can. Because I can guarantee you, there's work to be done here. There's work to be done everywhere, but in particular, right here. Lots of work to be done. And again, that would come down to each individual, your own priorities. And like Jerry Cinnamon said, every man's truth is another man's waste of time. Never a truer word said. A demon, yeah, that would be the best way to describe him. Yeah, he's a demon man. He's a demon man. That's it. Yeah, yep. That would be the best way to describe him. Quite incredible. And a lot of people, do you know, and I don't want to seem like, oh, he's sticking up for Israel, because I couldn't give a flying fuck about them. I really couldn't. But, yeah, I don't know. I've kind of got to watch what I'm saying as well, because I'll be deemed an anti-Semite, which wouldn't be new, to be honest. It would not be new. Been called quite a lot of things in the past, but it is what it is. I wouldn't trust any of them as far as I could throw them. I genuinely wouldn't. Not the government here, not the government anywhere. There's quite a few up there. Many countries, yeah, I would agree with that. Good to see Dog in the Hood. So straight away, Netanyahu, oh well, he was a hero. He was a defender of freedom. He defended the whole civilization of Christianity all the way back to baby Jesus. And no, we never killed him. Just to get that in there, right? He's like, oh, and yeah, by the way, it wasn't us. We never done it. With a shifty look in his face. We never done it. Oh, man. So, in a short video statement, Netanyahu condemned the rumours linking Israel to Kirk's death, stating, quote, somebody has fabricated a monstrous big lie that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder, close quote. He further clarified, quote, this is insane. It is false. It is outrageous, close quote. Yeah, well, who are you trying to tell? Who are you trying to prove it to here? Right? The way he's kind of over-egged the pudding. Oh, well, it wasn't us. It's fabricated. It was horrific. It's insane. It's outrageous. Yeah, we kind of get the point. And it's Iran that's doing it. It's not us. Look over there, not over here, right? Quite incredible. And then you've got the Iranian media is pointing blame at Israel, accusing it without seemingly any evidence of being behind the killing or involved at least. The Chinese media is using coverage of the assassination to highlight internal US divisions, portraying the US as unstable. Ooh. Yeah. An unstable America. That would probably be the time to strike. So is China sitting there thinking, wait a minute. There could be a bit of an opportunity here. They're very, very fly, the Chinese, the way they go about things, right? But when it comes to the hidden hand and the powers that be, there is no nations. There is no borders, man. They run the show right across the board. And people do, they still, even today, oh, well, China, no, but that's different. Honestly. Hello? Did we not remember Wuhan 2020? Where it all began, the whole show, the fucking opening ceremony. China. I mean, come on. Honest. Oh, but China had a different mRNA juice. It was a super Chinese juice with I don't know, secret soy sauce. Yeah, but that's where it kicked off. That's where it began. They took the lead. And people think they're not somehow part of this shadow entity that controls the world. Come on. Honestly? They say, people said the same way, oh, but Russia's got a Sputnik juice. It's different. Yeah, but they've still got a juice. They still followed suit with the whole scam. They did. Even Iran did. And they all follow suit currently with the whole climate change scenario. Even Iran. So if that doesn't tell you, I don't know what would tell you, to be honest. I don't know what would tell you. What more would you need? And they play the enemy. Of course they do. That's how they operate. They play the enemy. And like I said way back at the start, they'll play us off each other. And who benefits? They benefit. We lose out, they benefit. The only people that's going to suffer is the average Joe. And of course, that's me and you. Sweet and sour. Oh man, don't, because I quite like the sweet and sour. Yeah, yeah, that's not went away. When I was at work last week, someone came in and he was off for a few days and he was like, "Oh, I had the COVID," and I was like, "Is that still about? Is it?" Yeah, yeah, still about. How did you know that you had it? Oh, took a test. Oh, oh well, must be then, right? It must be. Hey, who am I to question it, right? Who am I to question it? And yeah, I suppose I've kind of got to watch what I'm saying with that. But I mean, he seemingly had the test, and so he had to stay off for a few days. I mean, he had a cold. He had a cold. Did he have to go through all that? Probably not. I mean, to what end? To what benefit? I don't know how anybody, these things that they were ramming up each and every orifice. Hey, even today, it's like, "Ah, come on, honestly, honestly, why?" Again, I suppose, yeah, we know why. The freebies, bribe, bully, blackmail. That's how they get you. They'll bribe you, they'll bully you, and they will blackmail you. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of what I was going to be saying. Yeah, you're right. We need to focus on what matters rather than what doesn't matter to us. And I've been there, done that with the whole Palestine stuff. It'll destroy you, man. It'll destroy you. Seen it. A terrible state of affairs that we're in. When you look across the board, it really is. And if if you if you don't laugh and keep your head up, you will cry. You will cry. So that's seemingly what the Chinese are saying. Look, hey, look what's going on there. Might be a bit of an opening there, right? And of course, the movie Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but in fact, we've got the trailer. So I'll play the trailer, and then we might have a song because I'm gonna have to grab a drink. Let me see. We might play a song first, and then come back to Snake Eyes, right? Let me see. Yeah, so we'll have a bit of an interval. We'll call it half time, right? We'll have a half time, and people can go and get a quick dram or a quick pint. Do what it is you do, and then we'll come back to it. So yeah, you can carry on speaking in the chat. We'll play a tune. We'll come back to Snake Eyes, and then there's a couple of bits I maybe want to talk about. And yeah, we're doing not bad for time, to be fair. So yeah, we're all good. So here's a chance to, I don't know, do what it is you do, right? Whatever floats your boat. Whiskey, vodka, water, possibly. Anybody for water? Yuck! Who wants water, right? Straight up coffee. Yeah, and we'll speak again in a few minutes. I don't know what one to play though. Fuck, what even is that one? Let me just check quickly. By the rivers of Babylon. I know what it is now. I might have to play that one. No, we'll play this. And to be honest, I can't remember the last time I played it. So I don't know what it's going to be. So I'll catch you again in a few minutes' time, right? Don't go away. Remember, share it, like it, subscribe, do this, do that, do as you're told. Don't make me tell you again. Right? We're here for how long? Hey, God only knows, right? But I'll catch you in a bit.
The path we have chosen for the present is full of hazards, as all paths are. But it is the one most consistent with our character and courage as a nation and our commitments around the world. The cost of freedom is always high, but Americans have always paid it. And one path we shall never choose, and that is the path of surrender or submission.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
I believe in an America where the separation of church and state is absolute, where no Catholic prelate would tell the president, should he be Catholic, how to act, and no Protestant minister would tell his parishioners for whom to vote, where no church or church school is granted any public funds or political preference, and where no man is denied public office merely because his religion differs from the president who might appoint him or the people who might elect him.
I have therefore chosen this time and place to discuss a topic on which ignorance too often abounds and the truth too rarely perceived, and that is the most important topic on earth, peace. What kind of a peace do I mean, and what kind of a peace do we seek? Not a Pax Americana, enforced on the world by American weapons of war. Not the peace of the grave or the security of the slave. I am talking about genuine peace, the kind of peace that makes life on earth worth living, the kind that enables men and nations to grow and to hope and build a better life for their children. Not merely peace for Americans, but peace for all men and women. Not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time.
We are confronted primarily with a moral issue. It is as old as the Scriptures and is as clear as the American Constitution. The heart of the question is whether all Americans are to be afforded equal rights and equal opportunities, whether we are going to treat our fellow Americans as we want to be treated. If an American, because his skin is dark, cannot eat lunch in a restaurant open to the public, if he cannot send his children to the best public school available, if he cannot vote for the public officials who represent him, if, in short, he cannot enjoy the full and free life which all of us want, then who among us would be content to have the color of his skin changed and stand in his place? Who among us would then be content with the counsels of patience and delay? 100 years of delay have passed since President Lincoln freed the slaves, yet their heirs, their grandsons, are not fully free. They are not yet freed from the bonds of injustice. They are not yet freed from social and economic oppression. And this nation, for all its hopes and all its boasts, will not be fully free until all its citizens are free.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of
Well. We should be. Are we unmuted? We're unmuted. We're good to go. Refreshed. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Double whiskey. He's on the whiskey again. Run! No, we're not on the whiskey. If only, right? If only. Yeah. So we're back again. We'll go a wee bit longer, possibly half an hour or so. Let me see. Apex card in the hood. Rolling. They see me rolling. Anybody else? Oh, Mad Fox in the hood. Good to see you. Mad Fox McCafferty back again. Shanane. Is that how we... I'm terrible. Shocking with names. See you later then. See you later, alligator. No, we're not gone. We're still here. Are we? Are we still here? Yeah, we're still here. We had a short interval. And Tommy. Yeah, good to see you. And thank you for joining tonight. Shean, there you go, Frank knows. Shean, what did I say? I think I said Shean. We'll go with that. Cheers, Frank, the information tank. Yeah, Shean. So we're still here. We'll go a wee bit longer. I'll show you the trailer. We'll discuss it a wee bit. It's part and parcel, really, with events that we get put through. It's not a coincidence. It can't be. It simply can't. I mean, by now, come on. We know when it comes to coincidence, there's no such thing. It does not exist. It doesn't. And this one was quite incredible, to be fair. But hey, not surprising. I don't think anybody would be surprised by it. And of course, Nicolas Cage as well. And he's making the old hand sign in the poster. I think the main poster for the film, similar to the hand sign. Well, the same hand sign. The same symbol as Trump and seemingly the guy Charlie Kirk. Could you make it up? I guess you maybe could, because they appear to have made it up, to be honest. So what I'll quickly show you, I think we could be all right for in terms of copyright. I think we could be fine. I think it's maybe 2 minutes. So we'll play that and we'll have a bit of a talk on that. And then there's one other bit Kirk wise to talk about, and then another story that we'll finish on, which is kind of off topic, right? But we'll get there. Hey, wherever there is, we'll get there. United as one. Just not under a one world government, right? They can ram it where the sun don't shine. Preferably using Bill Gates, right? I mean, talk about criminals. Ooh, yeah. Come on. There's another. I guess I should watch what I'm saying. But yeah, you could imagine my thoughts on wee Billy Gates. So what we'll do is we'll play I think it's the trailer, and then we'll meet again.
I'm on TV. Hi, Rick Santoro. Hello, Richard Santoro. Ricky! And I am the king! Pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon. Listen, why don't you just get to the watch and save time, all right? Look, I got business. Call me back in 5. There he is! There's the man whose life I want!
And now, the distinguished Secretary of Defense.
Great idea. Put a flashing light on your head while you're at it.
Oh, why are you so uptight? It's fight night!
Running security tonight. I got a lot on my mind.
Watch carefully.
That seem right to you?
Kevin, that is right in so many ways.
No, I mean, beautiful woman alone at a fight?
A crime is about to be committed.
Now listen to me, Mr. Secretary. I am telling you, you're the one that's going to be sorry.
You will be a witness. And the hardest thing to spot will be the truth.
I'm a homicide detective and a material witness. You can't hold 14,000 people. Those are 14,000 eyewitnesses!
We got 1,500 cameras. 800 on the casino side, 720 on the hotel side. What are you looking for?
It was a phantom punch!
You sat down exactly when they wanted you to. They didn't miss him with that second shot. Missed you.
I'm betting that the redhead you followed is the same person who told Tyler to throw the fight. She's 1. Shooter's 2. Tyler's 3. The drunk who shouted the signal is 4. And whoever was on the other end of that radio was 5.
5 people make a conspiracy, right?
It sounds like he's conducting a very dangerous investigation.
I'm not gonna let you kill her.
Please, Rick. You're all alone on this. The house wins.
The house wins. Yeah. Yeah, you can say that again. The house always wins. Guaranteed. Similar to what we talked about there. The this perception of the world that we're in, but the majority of the time, it's an illusion. And no matter what road or choice you make, the house wins in the end. Which is pretty much a guarantee. Probably a bit like a bookmaker. They'll always win. Guaranteed. They'll make their money. The people who put the bets on, they probably won't make their money. In fact, they'll lose it and be worse off than they were in the beginning. Speaking from experience, most likely, we live and learn. And of course, interesting how, in this film, they particularly get into the cameras, the amount of cameras, what can be seen, dissecting different views, different people in the crowd, who's doing what. Similar, I guess, to what we've seen with the whole Kirk situation. And the standout line in that is when the guy said, the hardest thing to spot will be the truth. And that's where we are, right? That's the world we're in right now. I mean, we were in that before, but now with the deep fake and the AI and what have you, it's worse than it's ever been now. And in 2020, 2021, and I would imagine some people, they'll remember, I've said it so many times, I'll continue to say it. The world that we're in, the best way I can describe it is an ocean, a gigantic sea of deception. The truth is there. If you want to call it the truth, it's there. Finding it, getting your hands on it, that's another story. The chances of you ever getting to the ultimate truth are probably zilch. Zilch. So when we say we know, we only think we know, which is fine. But we are in so many layers after layer after layer after layer after layer of these, let's call it barriers, that will prevent you from getting to the ultimate truth, whatever it is. The last thing they ever want to do is let me and you know. And people say, well, some people talk about a secret occult, a secret this, but we know this and we know that, and the Freemasons are not secret. Yeah, you'll get to know so much, but you'll never get to the root of anything, basically. And they're kind of there to make sure. There's people there. I'll call them people for the time being. There's people, actors there to prevent and distort what we might call the truth. How much do we genuinely know about the world we're in? That would be a good question. That would be a good question. Because I don't know about you, but every day for me is a school day. Every day, every single day, without fail. We're back again, J Hart in the hood. It's a double meaning symbol for death and also creation of new souls, aka transformation. Well, that would kind of tie in, I suppose. We're looking at what they're describing as death, and of course the transformation of the turning point, the now very rich turning point. No wonder that entity was smiling and joking and laughing about it. Similar to, also kind of reminded me a wee bit of the guy Jerry McCann. Do you know, just like a complete and utter psycho? Honestly. Who are these people? Are they even people? Let's not go there, right? Yeah, what do we know? Pretty much. What's the... Well, I think it's a Chinese proverb. The wisest man is the man... the wisest man is the man who knows he knows nothing. And yeah, that's where we're at. And of course, when you get deep into the Masons and the Illuminati, if you like, in their eyes, hey, they could be right. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is power. So the less we know, the better for them. And a good prime example, very early example of that, is the guy Columbus. Christopher Columbus, even if that's even his real name. You know, the hero. Oh, he discovered America. Seemingly. It was just there. He just found it. There was no one there, right? No, don't mention the Indians. There was no one there. And we talked about it maybe 2 years ago now. And it's one that I don't think many people actually know about it. But it was when I was looking in historical papers and I found it, and then I managed to find one article on it, and it was in The Guardian. And I think it was maybe they printed it, I think it was like 20 years ago or 12 years ago. But seemingly, I mean, people might remember it when we talked about it. So what happened, right, is the guy Christopher Columbus, he was outside, he was on the coast of, I think it was Jamaica, and he was needing materials and food and stuff for the crew and on his adventures, of course. And he was kind of getting these Jamaicans, locals at the time, to provide food and what have you. And then they got a bit fed up and thought, well, wait a minute. And they were probably getting a bit of a raw deal and thought, actually, we don't want to be giving you all the food. Why should we? Right? But then seemingly what Columbus done is Columbus knew there was going to be I think it was a total solar eclipse. Or it was a lunar. I think it was a solar. It might have been a lunar. It was one of them. So Columbus said, look, in short, He said, look, if you don't continue to give me the stuff that I need, the Almighty Lord will put a curse on you. And you'll know he's put a curse on you when I think it was the moon, when the moon turns red. And of course, they're thinking, well, it doesn't turn red though. But if it does, then fucking hell, there's probably a curse on us from the big man himself. So of course, away they go, like, yeah, whatever. Do what you're gonna do. You're not getting any food anymore. You're not getting. Yeah, we can't provide you with any green anymore. There's no more. So away they go. Quite the thing. And of course, because Columbus knows there's going to be an eclipse, and the Jamaicans don't, the eclipse occurs, and the Jamaicans then go running back to Columbus, saying, "Look, what do you need? We'll give you it." Because the moon's turned red, and they're thinking, oh, fuck. He wasn't bluffing. He's not bluffing. And then he says, seemingly, he's like, look, all right, I'll go and speak to the big man and do a bit of praying and get it taken away. And of course, the moon returns back to normal, and they think that the curse is gone now. So I think, in kind of hindsight, that is a perfect example of how these kind of entities might use certain knowledge to trick, fool, and dupe the people. You could say, oh, well, that was a million years ago. Do you think it's really any different today? I doubt it. So that's seemingly a genuine. You can look that up, that story. But I bet you. Well, maybe you did, but I can almost guarantee you never got taught that at school. They never told you about the time Columbus fucking scammed the Jamaicans, the poor buggers. We got no food, nothing. Yeah, but hey, we don't want to be cursed again. He'll turn the moon red again. Do you know? But I think it's a good example. I'm not sure what people make of that. I don't know if people have heard about that before. So, in relation to the film and the whole episode with Kirk, you've got a high-profile assassination in a crowded venue. Is it high-profile? I guess they made it high-profile, even though I had never heard of the guy before. But they made it high-profile. They could take anybody and make it high-profile. Suspicious signals and accomplices. I guess you could say we've not really seen anything in the way of so-called accomplices. Suspicious signals. I mean, that was from the start. People saying, "Oh, but look at that guy! Look, he's firing a magic gun through his jacket, his shirt. He's got a wee string here and a wee balloon, and he pops that, and he pulls this, and a bullet comes out his fucking nose." And to be fair, that one did look a bit dodgy. Do you know the guy does this weird movement on his sleeve at the precise moment that the guy seemingly gets shot? So you can kind of see, you can see kind of what people might be thinking there. There's a lot of signals that happen beforehand. Again, it's not concrete, but it kind of adds. It's another red flag regarding this whole situation. Whether or not you can trust it or not, of course you can't. You wouldn't be able to. Like I said, that's got to be the starting point. You've got to kind of prove to yourself, and good luck with that. But there did appear to be, and of course, is it possible that security guards and they do these signals? Yeah, they do. A lot of them are ex-military, and they do have a kind of code where they don't need radios, or a radio might be down, so you've got signals that you know. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But it does look dodgy. It certainly looks dodgy. And there's been different people picked out in the crowd, and folk are saying, wait a minute, what's that guy doing? And why is he passing something to someone? The camera footage anomalies. I think there's even seemingly footage of a guy going up to the camera kind of right away and taking out the SD card. And I think maybe that's possibly what got handed over, was the SD card. I mean, why would they? Why were they doing that so soon? I mean, the guy's practically just being carried away and thrown in the back of a Jeep, and the guy's right. I'll take that. I'll take that. I mean, how is that even on your mind at that particular point? You know, surely you'd be trying to find the shooter, or even still running, possibly running for cover at the time. But no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I'm pretty sure it was the SD card. That's what it looked like to me. Again, that would definitely merit further investigation. Are these people being interviewed? Or will they be taken in? Are they going to be used in the court case? Is there even going to be a court case? I mean, it's pretty open and closed after day one, or like a couple of days in, without a trial, man. Without any trial or anything like that. And again, like I said, there's been no official confirmation in regards to writing on the case or anything like that. There's no evidence of it. There's no images. There's not a thing currently. But a lot of people are saying, well, that definitely happened. Honestly, a lot of this stuff, it'll come out as not being true. And hey, the best thing one of the things they're best at is confusion. And then people like us would just get left chasing our tails, not knowing what the hell's going on. Government political implications. Yeah, I think we could see that. Do you notice as well at the whole wake ceremony? I mean, that was it was all kinds of weird and a bit like sickly. Do you know, a kind of sickening fucking feel to it? Like, is this a fucking party? It was weird, man. It just had this really weird feel to it. And yeah, I think there could be implications to come. But at that event, a lot of Trump was there. Elon Musk was there. Oh, we're friends now. Trump and we're buddies again. I thought they hated each other. Well, they've changed their mind now. They've united again. Forget about all the Epstein stuff that I said. We're friends now. It's for Charlie. Think of good old Charlie, right? No, not that kind of Charlie Toffee. The guy Charlie Kirk, right? But did you notice they've got them behind a fucking glass dome now? Oh, no one's getting to them now. So what's coming down the pipeline that's going to make people so angry they're going to want to throttle these individuals, these politicians, or the likes of Musk and what have you? Oh, we're behind the big solid glass now. You can't get us anymore. But it's because of that Kirk situation, right? So you can't get them anymore. And to be honest, I don't think that's going to go away. Do you know what they're going to say is, look, we had the Trump, he got his ear shot off. Wait, what? What did it come off? Right. Well, he got his ear shot. Wait, what? It wasn't a scar. Oh, well, he got, what was it? Ah, it was theatre, of course. Of course. But they're calling it an attempt on his life, remember? And he forgot his shoe and he posed for the photo, brushed his teeth and combed his hair, and then got chucked in the van. and away he went. They'll say, well, look at that. He could have died. That could have been a president dead. Then there was the guy in the bush at the golf course. That could have been the president dead again. Twice. And then, of course, Charlie Kirk situation. So, yeah, we're in a situation where it's going to be a normal thing. It's going to be normalized, and it's going to give them the weight to say, yeah, well, you can't actually see these people up close, and we have to keep crowds away, and they need to be protected behind a big glass screen. And it's like, yeah, okay. That won't go away. I don't think it's going to go away. I think that'll only be extended more and more. A bit like some of the COVID stuff. Oh, we'll take it in. It's 2 weeks. Don't worry. What, they're still doing that? Yeah, still doing it. Still doing it, right? A strong sense of hidden layers behind the official story. And in the movie, yeah, definitely. But in regards to Charlie Kirk's scenario, oh my God. Layer after layer after layer. Rabbit hole after rabbit hole. Just endless, man. You will never get to the bottom of it. If we were ever going to get to the bottom of it, it's probably the chance is probably gone now, because as time goes on, more comes out, yeah, but they begin to try and drag you further and further away from what actually happened. Did the guy get killed? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still unsure. I would say no. If you said, look, yes or no, it would be no. Would I put any money on it? Not currently. But that could change. Oh, there's Smoke Steve in the hood, our American brother. Good to see you. I hate to be confused, but I am. I have fired a 3006, a 3006, and it is a serious rifle. The footage begs questions. Well, there you go. I don't know if you caught what I said before. But yeah, you would be the perfect individual to say, hey, wait a minute. I've fired at one of these guns before. Because, to be honest, I've fired SA-80 British Army machine gun. A good rifle. I'm saying it's a gun, but it's a rifle. And I think we got a shot of a AK-47, which was pretty cool. But I'd never actually shot anybody. So I don't know. I'm not saying that Steve has, but he's probably used a lot more rifles than let's say me. And I think these are the people who would definitely have a better idea and would recognize anomalies in that situation. And there's Steve there. Yeah, he's backing that up. He's watched it and he's thought, wait a minute. This we need to take this with a pinch of salt here, without sounding like, oh, this, that, and the next thing. I mean, it's being real about the world that we're currently in. You've got to keep your guard up. You've got to keep your eyes peeled and your wits about you, because they try and tamper with your emotions and make you, I guess, make you think a certain way, make you act a certain way, make you do a certain thing. And I guess you could call it behavioral science. That's what they want. They want to have you in their pocket, under the thumb, if you like. Wait, what is... Oh, that's marriage. Oh, a bit like marriage. A bit like being married, right? We know what that's like. So yeah, good to see you, Steve. You can catch Smoke Steve on a Saturday night, sometimes a Friday, with the International Pub, which is like an open panel, so anybody can join. Oh, there's Scott's Armour as well. Good to see you, Steve. I hope you're doing well, you and the wife. Good to see you, Scots. In the near future, me and Scots are going to do a stream. It's been, I don't know, years now. Probably been years that we last streamed. I don't know when it would have been, actually. 2022, maybe. Of course, Scots has been in prison for attempted murder. So it's been a couple of years. Wait, what? Oh, that wasn't you. No, that was somebody else. Sorry. Mistaken identity. No, he's not. And I honestly, genuinely look forward to catching up with Scots again. Yeah, the sooner the better. It means you have a membership. Oh yeah, I think some people gifted memberships. Was it not last time, but the time before? I can't remember who it was, but someone was like gifting them out, which is great. So, yeah, I don't know how that works, if you can pick people or it's just randomly does it. So, because I've had notifications saying you're now a member, and I'm like, wait, what? Never signed up to anything, right? But I think it's a way for YouTube to try and get folk to think, actually, yeah, I'm going to become a member. So that's probably what it is. Yeah, good to see Steve and RW in the hood. RW as well, a guy that keeps his wits about him, stays on guard and is not fooled quite easily. Do you know? A lot of people, they'll just fall for it in an instant. Hook, line, and sinker without even questioning. Sometimes, yeah, they'll fall for it, but then as time goes, they think, wait a minute. Hey, we can all get caught out. That's why you've got to kind of gather as much as you can before you cast, if you like, the first stone, right? And I say that because some people did. They were like, right, this is what happened after a minute after it happened. And now they're like, well, actually, I don't know anymore. I don't know. So good to see RW and Steve in the hood. And if I can, yeah, I think you'll be streaming after me tomorrow. Me and Toffee and Sensum. So yeah, if you're about tomorrow night, before you're live, if you're about, we'll put the link in the chat. Excuse me, and we'll try and get a few people over, and yeah, see what the crack is. Have you seen Snake Eyes? Nicolas Cage movie seems to be a rip off. Even the guy that gets JFK'd in the movie is called Kirkland. Yeah, that's right. That's what we're kind of discussing. I think he was called, Charles Kirkland. I mean, come on. Of course, the sheeple would say, yeah, well, it's not the same, though, it's Kirkland. But come on, I mean, how much closer could it be? And there was even one of the main characters is called Tyler. And I'm sure he gets shot. The guy gets shot on September 10, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the day that Charlie Kirk got shot, seemingly. I mean, that can't be a coincidence. It can't be. It just can't be. Do you know? And honestly, it really does make you wonder. It's got to make you wonder. What sort of world are we in here? Honestly, quite incredible. Yeah, 4 warnings. Wouldn't be surprised if The Simpsons. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 4 warning. I guess you could call it that. I was thinking about it today because some people have said, well, it's predictive programming. I can see why they would say that. I would go with more conditioning. I would say it's more conditioning for basically the scenario that we're in right now. Do you know, so many layers to every event, the camera anomalies, the signals, the people being shot in front of a crowd, you know, a lot of people. And there's so many movies that have got that kind of tone to it. And you could, I mean, I would call it conditioning. You could call it desensitization. Fucking, is that even a word? He's making up words now. Get him off. Get him off. It's past his bedtime. Desensitization. That's got to be a word, right? Is it? Google, is this a word? Hey, sometimes we make up words. But yeah, I can see that, because it does have that effect. And they've even kind of came out and admitted that. Do you know when they've been talking about gaming? Oh, well, the gaming and the murderers and the GTA and the kids now, it's second nature to them now. And it's like, yeah, well, that's kind of what you've been doing with Hollywood and the broadcasting, if you like. How fitting, right? As the masses get hypnotized. I can never say that. They get hypnotized. I remember growing up thinking, people can't get hypnotized. Don't be stupid. And then I seen it happen. I seen it happen. And I thought, fucking hell, it does. People can be. Not everyone, though. Not everyone. Only some people, which is interesting. I don't know why that is. But that would be a good thing to kind of investigate. Some people can't be. Maybe there's more to that. Is there anyone here who's ever actually been to a hypnotist? Is there anyone who is knowingly been hypnotized? Do you know this? I would hate that. I would fucking hate it, man. Maybe that's why I can't be, because I would hate it so much. You know, doing these things and not even knowing that you'd done it. I mean, that's quite scary, that, right? Yeah. What a world we're in. And how long have they been hypnotizing people? Probably since day one. Do you know how much have they learned over the years? How much can they now use technology or AI to potentially cast a spell on the people? I kind of dread to imagine, to be honest. We've came so far in the way of technology, at least that we've kind of seen, and we probably don't even see the half of it, to be honest. And I think the similar, and we will do a stream on it as well, it's the kind of history of weather modification, weather manipulation. And it goes way back, man. You're talking early 1800s. And of course, you go way, way back to the ancient Indians, and people would probably laugh. Oh, well, they used to do a rain dance and what have you. So in terms of human beings, if you like, wanting to somehow conduct or control the weather, it's as old as the hills, man. It's ancient. There seems to have always been this thirst to control it. And you're talking hundreds and hundreds of years now. Imagine what they can do today. As far as I can see, and we'll talk about this a lot more when the time comes. But and we've mentioned it before, but not this one in particular, but one of the very first, and you can look it up, one of the very first noted weather modification experiments operations happened in 1939. 1939. I mean, that wasn't yesterday. That was not yesterday. And there's, some of the people who were involved in the early days, there's nothing that's I can find that would be classed official documentation, but seemingly some of these people who invented weather modification systems let's say they owned the patent or the tech. They then went on to sell it to the American government. Shock horror. But of course, they deny it. They're like, nah, we never bought it. It wasn't us that bought it. But I'd imagine they probably did. They probably did. And we'll talk about that a lot more in good time. A good friend of mine quit smoking with the help of a hypnotist. Yeah, I've heard of that as well. I've heard of that. But that's good that she got stopped. I wonder if it would work with you, Steve, with the weed. Do you think it would work? Probably not, right? No chance. I can't see it. I couldn't see it. 100% designed chaos, but it's what we haven't seen on the day and the days after, because that's took front and center. That will annoy me. Yeah, remember they banned Manhunt? Yeah, that's right. On the PS2. Yeah. And that's a definite indication. Oh, wait a minute here. People are being conditioned. You could say programmed. You could. I went to years ago, not hypnotized myself. Good man. Good man. He's a pure blood. He's a pure blood. One of my mates was hypnotized to quit smoking. Oh, there you go again. That seems to work then. He only smokes heroin. Oh man. Hey, I suppose, yeah. At least he stopped smoking the cigarettes then, right? Oh man. The funniest thing is I can actually believe that. I can actually believe it. Yeah, I'm off the fogs now. Yeah, it's been a year. Yeah, I'm still on the heroin, but hey, I gave up the cigarettes. You do what you can, of course, right? Yeah. Did I misgender? Hey, look, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that. I can only apologize. Don't phone the police. Honestly, don't, because they will arrest me here in Bonnie, Scotland. Oh, there's Nathan and Penny in the hood. Good to see you, Nathan. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for the continued support, continued engagement. Right? Always there saying hello. Much appreciated and good to see you. Yeah, so we'll come back to the comments. Time wise, we went a bit longer than previously thought. And I did see a comment about that. I think it was hate William more than previously thought. It was along them lines, right? I think it was from J Hart. I can't find it now. But quite fitting because I want to kind of mention that as well. So we'll come back to it. Where did we get to there? Yeah, the layers, man. Oh my god. It's enough to just completely make you not want to even bother looking at it. Do you know? Knowing that, well, what's the point? You're fucking chasing your tail. Getting nowhere. And that can be exhausting as well. And there's so much. And again, like I said, in part one, I said, look, hey, there'll be more to come. You can be guaranteed there's going to be more. And again, there will be more even after now. There's going to be more. Twists and turns and wild cards fucking thrown in. All sorts. So we'll keep an eye on it and we'll see where it's going to go. There is another bit that I want to maybe mention. What channel are you running? We'll be here tomorrow. And then the next time we do the trio, it'll be at Sensum's Hood. So somewhere in Englandshire, right? But tomorrow it will be here. It is there, so it should be there on the channel as a pending upcoming live stream. RW, so you'll find it there if you want to hit notification. Because hey, the amount of people that say, "Look, I don't get any notifications," I can't do very much about that. I did speak to, well, I inquired before, and they basically said, well, the reason people don't get notifications is because they don't click the bell. So that was the answer that I got. But yeah, you'll find us here tomorrow, and it'll be good to catch up with the two troublemakers, of course. Yeah, I look forward to it. US Democrats are teaching Lauren. Good evening, Lauren. I hope you're doing well. Teaching their kids that they shouldn't vote for candidates who were found guilty of felonies and were found liable for abuse. It's insane and it's sickening. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they tar people. They tend to tar folk. Oh, well, he used to do this. He used to be this. He used to do that. And I guess, hey, yeah, people can change. People can learn. I guess you can only learn from your mistakes. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the American presidential sort of elections, selected, not elected. So the chances of a good person from an average kind of background getting in, not a chance, man. Not a chance. Unless, of course, it's going to somehow benefit their agenda. Then maybe. But it doesn't happen. Good people don't make it in politics. They don't. I don't know much about in terms of American politicians, but I certainly see it here. Yeah, I guess. Hey, in my own kind of view, when it comes to my children, they can vote for whoever they want to vote for, if they do indeed want to vote. If they want advice on anything, I'll give them it. But I kind of leave it to them to make up their own mind, experience things for themselves, see it for themselves, if you like. Rather than me being like, look, this is what you can do. That's what you'll do. This is what you'll do. This is what you'll do. You'll vote this. You'll wear that. You'll support this. You'll support that. I mean, it's too controlling, that, in my view. I like to protect and look after my kids as much as I can, but I mean, it's getting that balance as well. Do you know, you want to protect them, but you want them to experience life and make their own mistakes, because that's the best way you learn. And I've mentioned this before. I'm unsure who said it, but it's stayed with me for a very, very long time, even way before I had children. And it was someone who talked about, it was basically on the topic of how much do you protect a child, do you know? How much do you protect them from life itself? And I guess you would maybe call it an analogy. And he was talking about, do you know when a caterpillar turns into a cocoon? So it's a caterpillar, then it's a cocoon, then of course it's a butterfly. I mean, talk about shape-shifting, right? There's a shapeshifter right there, and it's fucking flying. But I mean, hey, you've got to love the butterflies, right? I know they've hijacked the butterfly in many ways, but in terms of the butterfly, the actual insect, just, yeah, I love them. They're incredible. So basically, he said, look, you've got the caterpillar, it's in a cocoon. Now, at a particular point, the caterpillar will be trying to break free, break out, and well, he's turning into a butterfly and he wants to break out. So you could open up the cocoon and let it out, so it doesn't have to fight. It just gets out and flies away. But there's an issue there, because in that process of the fight to get free, this struggle, if you like, it builds up its strength. It learns from it. And then it has the ability to, at least for so long, survive out in the wild. But if you let it out before its time, it won't. It likely won't survive. So you learn a lot in a struggle. You learn a lot in a fight, which might seem like a fight you're never going to get out of, but you will. And you'll look back and think, actually, I learned a lot, either about yourself or people or the world that you're in, through the struggle, through the fight. And I tend to think, hey, to be honest, that probably made no sense at all. You're on about butterflies now. Get him off. It's definitely past his bedtime now. But you can learn a lot through hard times. Do you learn through good times? I guess you can as well. But in my own experience, you tend to learn more in a struggle or times of, I don't know, adversity. Would that be the right word? I'm unsure. Yeah, no problem, RW. Hopefully we can catch you tomorrow. So I noticed as well the attorney who's going to be representing not Charlie, Tyler Robinson. She's kind of came out of the blue from what I can see. Well, I think her official business, it began in, I think it was 2022. But there was one case that kind of stood out. I don't know. I think this news is quite recent in regards to the attorney. I think it's an attorney that got appointed for the guy Tyler. In a previous case, and some people might remember this incident. So she also represented Michael Kirk Moore. Right. So another Kirk, but of course, nothing to see there. A Utah. How do you say that again? A Utah doctor accused of falsifying COVID-19 vaccination certificates and destroying more than $28,000 worth of government-provided C-19 juices. According to federal court records, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi dropped the case against him in July. Now, I'm pretty sure I remember that. I don't know if anybody else remembers it, but this guy, seemingly, what he was doing was he'd been pretending to give people the juice and just throwing it out like, nah, you don't need that. Fucking throw it out. Here's your certificate. All good in the hood. And it got dropped, which I found quite interesting. A strange kind of case to be linked with, and the guy, of course, would have Kirk in his name, which I found a bit weird, right? And I think that could merit further looking into, investigating a bit more, and kind of keeping an eye on it, see where it's going, right? See where it all ends up. Because hey, you can be guaranteed we're not done yet. We are far from done. There's going to be a lot more to come, and what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on it, see where it goes, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, speaking of than previously thought. Now, what would it have been? I don't know, 2021. I started a series of shows called Than Previously Thought Syndrome. And basically, the powers that be, whenever they want to change, manipulate, or flip a particular story, agenda, they won't come out and say, look, This is what it's going to be now. It's not that anymore. It's this now. What they'll say is they'll use, in particular, a phrase that goes a bit like than previously thought. So they'll say, let's say, what would be a good example? Oh, Mars, of course, the planet Mars. Yeah. So at one point in time, planet Mars, you just had to look at it and you dried up to a fucking raisin, like a dried apricot, just by looking at it. But now they paint a picture. Oh well, actually, it's a lot more Earth-like than previously thought. It's not dry anymore. It's got water in it now. Oh, it's got a big, it's got ice caps now, and it's got ice around the equator. Since when did Mars have ice? Well, it's got ice now. And remember the moon at one point? No, you never find water on the moon. Well, there's water on the moon now. It's wetter than previously thought. And for about, I think we done maybe 2 years or the best part of 3 years talking about than previously thought, how they work it, how they use it, a simple phrase to turn a whole agenda on its head and completely rewrite history. Rewrite it. In the blink of an eye, man. In the blink of an eye. And they do it so fast, people can't even keep up. So what you'll see is people, let's for example again, oh, I know about Mars. Yeah, I'm an expert on Mars. Yeah, but it's changed though. Because it changes pretty much every week now. It's developing constantly. Similar to the whole moon. Oh, what's it made of? What's this? What's that? That's changing all the time. Constantly. It's such a rate, people can't keep up. And we kind of broke down the whole done previously thought scenario. It appeared to be this kind of syndrome that goes on where it's kind of hard to, well, it's hard for people to see, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. You cannot unsee it. And if you go on to a search engine and type in than previously thought, it will be page after page after page, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, fucking thousands and thousands of articles with that precise phrase. But it's all for a reason. And it's all connected to either the space agenda, the climate change agenda, the evolution agenda, the Earth agenda, the moon agenda, you name it, every single agenda. They've got it under their control. And they'll take it anywhere they want to go, and all they'll say is, look, we've got a new study, and this is what it is now. We were not lying about the other thing. We've had a rigorous study, and it's something else now, right? Look, you can believe us now. So this is what it is. And then a year later, oh, actually, we found a new study, an old study, and it's different again. And it changes again. And it's quite comical. And then, I mean, evolution, humans, the history, the origin of humans, that was in pretty early, to be honest. Pretty fucking early. And we said straight off the bat, look, when it comes to the human history, the evolution of man, a lot of people think, well, it's kind of set in stone. Do you know, there's a wee bit here they might not know about, but we know all about it. We know the dates, we know the timeline, the whole lot. It won't change, it can't change. But we said, well, actually, it will change. It's going to change. That's a guarantee. And there's nothing that's beyond this changing ability. There's not one thing that is set in stone. There's not one thing that will not be different years down the line. How you perceive things now won't be how it's perceived in 20 years' time, and that's a fucking guarantee. Take it to the bank. And very early on in the syndrome, we did say, when it comes to, I think it was the age of humans, we did say, look, you can be guaranteed it'll change again. It'll change again. And some people thought, well, it can't though. I mean, we know historians have proved it. Archaeologists have proved it. Scientists have proved it. Do you know? Well, it's changed again. It's flipped on its head again. So, have you got that history book? No, we're rewriting history again. Yeah, I know. Bring me the one on humans. Fucking humans. Where's that pen? Right, score it out. Score it out. So we're going to, all of us are going to have to go back to school and relearn it. Do you know? Because it's changed again. Everything that you learned before, forget it, man. It's finished. Throw it out the window. It's worthless. Am I banned? Lol. Clearly not. It's Friday. It's okay to be a cahunt. A cahoont. Hey, you can be a cunt any day. It doesn't have to be a Friday. Don't let anybody tell you any different, right? But yeah, I wouldn't say, I don't think you're banned. Why do you think you're banned? I don't think anybody's banned you. Should we? Should you be banned? Should you be banned? Is that you telling us that you should be? I'm unsure. But I can see you, certainly see you. Weird. Very fucking weird. I haven't. Sorry. Why haven't monkeys evolved into humans yet? Yeah, well, to be honest, I've met a few people who, yeah, you would maybe think they had the brain of a monkey, to be fair. I've met a few of them, but that's another one that people ask that quite a lot. Do you know, oh, well, why are we not still seeing it? Evolution. It's maybe had a wee break. Well, we're having a wee break. There's no evolution for the next 1,000 years. But I think some of the so-called scientists, they try and say, oh, well, we are. Do you know, the necks changing, the back, even the way people use smartphones, so their body might be changing. But how is that evolution? That's the fucking body becoming deformed because of the stupidity. That's not evolution. I mean, yeah, you could maybe call it that, but it's not in the way that you think of it. Do you know? Evolution, I mean, in my early days, I kind of thought, yeah, that probably is the way. I don't buy it today. We didn't buy it, man. Not even if you paid me. I would not buy it. I mean, Darwin himself couldn't buy it. But again, Darwin, another actor. From a family of actors, Darwin. The same as the guy Huxley as well. Not Aldous, but well, he was as well. But his dad or his granddad, maybe. I think it was his dad, who was like a right-hand man for Darwin. And quite incredible because where I stay, in the museum that's here, there's fossils of so-called, I can't remember what the animal's called, but there's some kind of fossil that seemingly got found in bedrock. And it's basically used to try and prove evolution. That's what they use. And it's here in a museum in Elgin in Scotland, of all places, right? But yeah, it's one I've never been able to buy. And it's one that continues to change and chop and change constantly. And it will. It's like a lie that it always has to grow more legs and arms and legs to keep it going. They've got to keep chopping and changing it. It's kind of a dead giveaway. Really, it's a bit of a dead giveaway. Where did humans actually come from? That would be a good question. Good evening, Spanish chicken. Give the monkeys smartphones then. Now. Hey, they'll be overtaking the world. They'll be overtaking the world, right? Don't give them ideas. In terms of, do you know, I like to kind of entertain, especially when in my younger days when I thought I was big into looking into NASA and space and the multiverse, the string theory, the exoplanets. I was quite big into that, and I used to kind of entertain the thought of, well, maybe we did come from a different planet. Because I always thought to myself, we're a bit kind of out of place here. Do you know? Looking about at the animals and what have you. And then you've just got humans just placed there somehow. Most likely by a creator, in my own view. So what are they saying? 1,000,000-year-old skull. 1,000,000-year-old skull. Rewrites human evolution, say scientists. Well, there you go. Give me that. Where's the evolution book? Yep, we're rewriting history again. Every week we rewrote history in the done previously thought syndrome. And most people never even seen it go past. They never even seen it. Too busy, of course. But don't worry, because it'll change again next week. Guaranteed. And this is one, we said this would happen. We said it would happen. And again, without sounding a bit big-headed, we seen it coming years ago. Years ago now. Not because we can predict the future or we're, I don't know, fucking Mystic Meg. But all you've got to do is look at what they do. Look at their history. Look at how they operate. You'll see where it's going. So it suggests that our species began to emerge at least 500,000 years earlier than we thought, researchers claimed. Notice how they've not said than previously thought. They thought, no, that's a bit too obvious. Say than we thought. But of course, that's not technically correct. That's not the correct wording to be using. I mean, who's fucking we like? Who's we? What, I thought that? We thought. Of course, it should say than experts previously thought. That's what it should say. But sometimes they'll kind of reword it, but it's the same phrase, but they'll kind of reword it, which is quite comical. 1,000,000-year-old skull found in China. Well, it would be China. 1,000,000 year. Would a bone even last that long? Maybe it's preserved in, I don't know, fucking rice pudding, possibly. Some kind of Chinese jam. I don't know. Soy sauce. That's what it'll be in. It'll be preserved in soy sauce. It's got to be. Black bean sauce, possibly. So, 1,000,000-year-old human skull found in China suggests that our species, Homo sapiens, Homer Simpsons, began to emerge at least 500,000 years earlier. I mean, that's a big gap, that. Than we thought. Than we thought? Than we thought. Okay. Wait, I thought that? I never thought that. Researchers are claiming in a new study also they thought, not we thought. It shows that we coexisted with our sister species, including Neanderthals, for much longer than we've come to believe, they say. Than we've come to believe. Yeah, okay. So you mean than previously thought? It shows that we coexisted with other sister species. Yeah. For much longer than we previously thought. Imagine the shock, right? Of course, it comes to no shock to us. And we kind of writ this headline years ago. And it's probably there. If you go on to, you'll probably find it on my Odyssey. A lot of the ones we done on YouTube, a lot of them got a strike. But evolution came up quite a lot. Evolution, space, Mars, the moon, the origin of the Earth, the origin of the moon, climate change. There was quite a lot. All the different agendas, they always popped up in it constantly. And still now, honestly, I could start that show tomorrow and we'd be able to do it every fucking week. And every week we'd be rewriting history. Guaranteed. So yeah, I thought I would show that because chances are we'll probably talk about it in the near future. So we're talking 3 hours, 20 minutes now. Probably going to call it a day. Get 'em off! Fear not, fear not. But hey, there's good news. We'll be back again tomorrow. Well, yeah, not quite today yet. What are we? 23:54. So we're almost into Saturday. Yeah, maybe if you're looking for a movie to watch, you can watch Snake Eyes and let us know what you think about it. Yeah, that would be interesting. It wasn't the Rapture. Remember that as well. Yeah, wasn't the Rapture. Yeah, I think we've missed it. Fuck, we must not be included in it. Yeah. Who was it again? Was it not Richie from Boston that was talking? Oh, there's going to be the Rapture. Okay. Every year, almost, I'm sure I hear that every year. It's a bit like the guy who cried wolf, right? But yeah, maybe it did happen, but we were not included. So, I find it quite funny that people would actually think they would know if such a thing was going to happen. Do you know? But there you go. Hey, each to their own. Maybe one day. Damn you! Why did you not take me? What did I do that was so wrong? In fact, don't answer that. Don't answer that. Yeah, we've been left behind. But hey, that's the way of it. We'll just make do with what we've got, right? Good to see you. Is that Chinese writing? I know that it doesn't say. What was her name again? On Betty Ong. It doesn't say Betty Ong. I know that much. But good evening, and I hope you're doing well. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll call it a night. We'll be back to. Oh, it's Japanese. Oh, I'm gonna get arrested now. We've misgendered, and now it's racial. He's racist now. Typical Scotsman, right? Hey, what can I say? But yeah, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Spanish Chicken, you're not banned. You'll be disappointed to hear. But good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And thanks for joining. RW, good to see you. Hopefully we can catch you tomorrow. And I'll share, if you're live tomorrow, I'll share you and Stevie's stream and see if we can get a few more people over and maybe a new guest on the panel. A guest or a pest, one of them. But good to see you. I hope you and the wife are doing well, you and the family. And thank you for joining. And Smoke Steve, if you're about. Spanish Chicken, Mad Fox as well. I apologise for the misgendering. The misgendering. Is that what you would say? Fuck it, we're going with that. It's too late. It's too late, man. It's too late. Yeah, the tiredness is creeping in. There we go. Off to sleep now. But good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Toffee as well. We'll catch up tomorrow. And I'll try and get I need to remember and put the quiz and make sure there's a question about the capital of Canada. See if we can remember that one, right? They found a 500,000-year-old skeleton in Liverpool, and it was wearing a Fila trachea. A Fila trachea. Now, there'd been a Kappa one, surely. It'd have been Kappa. To be honest, I can probably believe that, to be fair. Knowing Liverpool, right? Starmer today has... Yeah, the Brit card. Yeah, we could have maybe talked about that. It probably maybe deserves a stream on its own. I've heard some people say, well, it might be a good idea. And I'm like, really? Do you know? Interesting one. I think in other countries do have it. But where's it going, man? I don't like the sound of it. I really don't. And of course, they've pulled in all these immigrants and what have you. And they're like, look, hey, you're going to need to get a Brit card now. You're going to have to, like, look at what's happened. We don't know who's working anymore. They're stealing your jobs now. But if you've got a Brit card, you're all right. You're all good in the hood. And people, hey, many years ago, people predicted that was going to happen. It's a stepping stone too, in my view. The chip, the implant, that's what it's a stepping stone to. And if you don't know what I'm on about, watch the movie. What was it called again? Oh, fuck. Oh, something Warning. The Warning. Oh, Warning 1984. Oh, man. I can't remember. It'll come to me when I'm lying in bed. Tonight or this morning, should I say. But yeah, good to see everyone. I don't know how far I can go back. Quite a few comments. Toffee, RW. I mean, the guy Starmer as well. Honest to God. Urgh. I better not go there. Don't go there. Honestly. It's too late. And I'll bloody get arrested. But yeah, good to see everyone. Lauren as well, Mad Fox, Nathan, Penny, Scott's Armour, Frank, of course, Smoke Steve, Justine, Norman, Jay Hart. I'm trying to remember without going back. I'm terrible, man. Terrible. But yeah, thanks to everyone. Yeah, there is. I noticed a petition about it. Just don't comply. Do not comply with it. Tell them where to put it. And you know what I'm going to say. You know where they should put it. Right? But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much are the people willing to accept it. That'll be interesting. And they're going to use the immigration and say, well, look, the immigration that's just suddenly came out of nowhere and it's not orchestrated. It's just people trying to get a better life, right? Yeah. Well, there's been people like that from fucking day zero. So why the sudden explosion, right? Have they just realised that the UK's an island? Well, maybe, I suppose. Maybe. But yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Will it do much? I don't know. We'll see. They could be feeling the water for it at the moment. I kind of feel they might get pushed back for so long, but it'll come through. eventually it'll come through. They'll find a way. They'll find a way. So yeah, that's exactly what they can do. That's exactly what they can do. Preferably Bill Gates, right? But good to see everyone. We're going to call it a night. Can I find a tune? Yeah, we'll go with the classic outro. So yeah, join us tomorrow. I should have put the link. Toffee should have probably put it. Fuck's sake, Toffee. Honestly. Where was you on that one, right? Of course, that would have been smart thinking on my behalf to do that. But with me not being that, then of course, yeah, never thought. But you'll find it. The stream is there. You can get pre-notified or whatever the hell it is, and not be saying, "Look, I never got a notification." I'm not having it. It's there. Hit the button. Join us tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. Yeah. Until then, enjoy yourself. Do what you need to do. No fear. Get out there. Have fun. Try your best to enjoy life. I mean, you've got to. You've got to, right? You've got to. And yeah, no fear. Do what you need to do. Don't let anybody get in your way. Nobody. And like I always say, no matter what, no matter where, do not comply. And that is about it. Bye.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I see the bad moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight, but it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise.
Magnificent desolation. Tranquility Base, Houston, guidance recommendation is pinged, and you're cleared for takeoff.
I see the bad moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see